75th edition of 100 Miles of Hate. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined in the booth today by Terry Obie. Terry, WKU 7-2 overall in the season. They've only got the one loss, one that still has everybody shocked in Conference USA against FIU. MTSU coming off a loss to that same Panthers team. They're winless so far in Conference USA. They've played so many close games, 5 one-score games overall this season, and just have not been able to break through yet.
Yeah, and you talked about it earlier too, the 100 miles of hate, and on the other side is almost 100 miles of love because they talk about each other so much. But the main thing, a game like this, you can throw all the statistics out of there. I mean, because a rivalry game, when you're in a situation with the emotion, you got a chance to talk to the coaches this week, you can throw it out because they're just fighting. They just want to win. They want to beat each other, and that's what it's about. And it could change MTSU's whole season.
And the other thing you can throw out is most of the offensive stats for MTSU coming into this game. Starting at quarterback will be redshirt freshman Roman Gagliano, getting the start for Nicholas Vadiano, who came in third in the country among active players in passing yardage. Now Gagliano stands in for his 5th career game, first career start, threw a 60-yard touchdown in that game against FIU last time out. What a task he's got ahead of him today, Terry, without their star running back, Jaquel Middlebrick, as well.
Yes, Gagliano, you're talking about a redshirt freshman, and you going against a defense that brings so many things, so many disguises, so many kind of coverages that kind of confuse you, and he hasn't really gotten the rhythm, so that's going to be very interesting not having the reps the entire season.
2 young quarterbacks going at it as WKU will get the ball first, again led by their redshirt freshman at quarterback, Rodney Tisdale Jr., the 2-time reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week, as the Hilltoppers coming off of their 2nd true bye week, technically their 3rd, as they got 11 days off after the midweek October in Conference USA. Last time out took care of business 35-16 against New Mexico State. MTSU coming off of a 56-30 loss against FIU last week. High kick is going to be fielded just short of the goal line at WKU. A rare return here, Obie, and that one goes absolutely nowhere. No room for Cameron Flowers to operate, and that's why 7th-year head coach Tyson Helton does not like returns on either side of the field.
Exactly. No, that's the same situation, but the wind had a lot to do with that to hold it up a little bit. And in the MTSU made it, that was a really good tackle going down there and making things happen. And the impact players tonight is going to make a huge difference, but Jamal Thompson Jr. is unbelievable. I mean, that defensive end is unbelievable. Number 92, he makes things happen. And you got Matthew Henry that's got to get a big start tonight.
He had 2 touchdowns last time out. Here he catches it on first down. Nearly has enough to move the chains again. He has really established himself as one of the premier receivers in Conference USA since transferring in at Western Illinois. He's top 5 in the conference in yards per catch, and now tied for first with his 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he can make things happen. His number is 0, but he plays really for 6 or 7. He likes to score a lot. They try to get the ball deep or try to get quick sweeps to running backs.
And that's what they do here with Parrish. He's up near the 30 for a first down. Interesting, as we talked to Tyson Helton as well as offensive coordinator Rick Bowie, they expected what we see already, Terry, and that's a lot of one-on-one opportunities for the receivers. Their WKU chooses to run, but Henry was over on the far side, press coverage, and now the Hilltoppers are going to look to throw. Far side has a man, he's open, diving for it, unable to hold on through the contact with the ground is Musa Berry.
Yeah, what a great disguise, what a great route on there. I mean, MTSU decided to go to like a 3-high safety, and it was just one-on-one, like you said, Tyler, outside, and Musa Berry beat him, and I think that has to do with the wind too, though. The wind was a little far. I mean, Tisdale got the ball a little far, and it floated up in the air, and it's hard to make that decision and make the adjustment. Missed an opportunity.
It's a breezy day here in Bowling Green. WKU going to keep it on the ground here up to the 35-yard line goes Parrish. It'll be 3rd and a short 4 from there. The Hilltoppers really looking to establish that run game, not in terms of huge total yardage numbers, Terry, but just being consistent with it is what Rick Bowie told us.
Exactly. When they're in this position, talking to Coach Bowie and about what they try to be, they like to be around 4 yards. I mean, that's something that's manageable. And here, MTSU don't like to bring many blitzes because they got a defensive line that can bring a lot of pressure.
Hart, the running back, in motion. Tisdale looks that way. Now he's going to escape. He gets up near the first down and has enough to move the chains. There, that escapability, he doesn't show it off much, and they will tell you he's a far better passer than a runner, but he's getting more confidence in his legs, Terry.
Yeah, I noticed that, too. When he saw man-to-man coverage, and when you have man-to-man coverage, there's opportunity to run because there's no one able to cover the quarterback at the same time.
Now 28 carries for nearly 120 yards on the season. The big thing, he's only been sacked 3 times since coming in as the starter for WKU. Fakes the handoff to Parrish. He's going to keep it himself. It's an RPO. Floats it down the left side. Wide open was Kelby Williams, but he was tripped up and couldn't see it.
Yeah, I love that design right there. You almost like that's the kind of an extension of the triple option out there. Tisdale was looking to run the ball, and he made the right decision. And you got to look at it. Williams got to look for that ball. You can't trip because he would have hit his head on the goal post on that one, wide open.
10 catches for 120 yards on the season. Didn't have any in the win against New Mexico State. That one would have gone 60 yards for 6.
Absolutely.
Instead, it's 2nd and 10. Tisdale has Parrish to his left. Play action. Looking downfield across the middle. It's caught and down to the 42-yard line for WKU goes Jackson West, who caught his first career touchdown in that game against New Mexico State after a 4-year run at Florida State.
Yeah, his last name is West. He didn't go east or west. He went north and south on that one. He went north to make that thing happen. Great play, great catch with his hands.
Here comes Parrish. No play action. Tisdale holds on, fires across the middle. Again was trying to get it to Williams, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Williams got to get off the line of scrimmage right there. I mean, if it's one-on-one coverage, I mean, come on, Williams. You got one-on-one. If that's the opportunity to make things happen, and you could have had a pretty good gain on that one.
Going to him early and often is WKUC number 5 there, Jairus Mack, running across the formation. Very happy to have him back after he had 13 catches in the first 4 games of the season, making his return today for the Hilltoppers. It's another 2nd and 10.
It's going to be interesting if Tisdale seizes because now you got one-on-one coverage. Get that ball down in the middle.
Fires it across the middle, and just as we say it, there's Mack with the catch. Welcome back, Mack, and get the first down to the 31.
Yes, big Mack attack. You know what I noticed too, Tyler, you said that they're going very fast now. I mean, it's rapid speed right now.
You asked Coach Bowie about that, the play caller who came here originally with Maverick McIver coming in from Abilene Christian. Tisdale now in there running the show at quarterback as he fires it over left side. It's caught. And that'll be close to a first down. Gain of 7 for Noah Myers, another big returner for WKU, the tight end who had really broken out here earlier this season in a win for WKU against Nevada, was their leading receiver in that game, then went down with injury, but he's up over Terry on the season, 250 yards now.
Yeah, he's making things happen. You need him to be in a game and to be fantastic. And it's interesting that MTSU is still only having one high safety right now. They're given the opportunity to throw the football.
They set up the screen underneath to Mack after originally it looked like it was going to go outside to Barry. It's a hard hit, but just enough to get the first down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think this rapid offense is causing a little uncomfortability for MTSU right now. And they're doing so many formations with WKU and getting Tisdale outside. They're moving a lot, and they're getting formation. They're putting 2 tight ends, split backs they got right now. And this is when they try to form some type of trickeration. But you got to run the football when you got 2 high safeties here, and he's looking at it now.
They've got the split backfield. It's going to go to Parrish, bounces it outside, finds a gap up to the 15, down to the 13-yard line for a solid gainer on first down for Parrish, the freshman, averaging nearly 5 yards per carry this season.
You know what I like right now, Tisdale was starting to be comfortable in this offense. You said it's called check with me. That was all about Tisdale, but the runner, also he made a really good job on there, but Tisdale checked that to the right side. He went right power if he knew there was an overload on one side.
Toss goes to the right side, working out of the backfield. That one broken up and busted up immediately. A little bit of that trickeration that you talked about coming from WKU, but absolutely nothing going as they tried to get it out to Lavelle Wright and set up some blockers on the far side. Wright has emerged now as WKU's most efficient runner, was really more known as being a bruiser, but now leads them in yards per carry at just around 5 per game as well. And here, Terry, we'll see if they use him in this wildcat option or if they shift Tisdale over and snap it to the quarterback on 3rd and short.
Yeah, give it back to Lavelle. I mean, if he's more like he wants to be called, that's the monster truck. Or get him in space right there.
Instead, they're going to throw it underneath right at the 10-yard line, fighting forward. Extra tackler comes in, but WKU is going to have enough to move the chains.
I love that. I love that toughness with Henry. what we call a shallow cross is when you come underneath, catching the ball with his hands, and they're trying to strip the ball out. That was great holding the ball for that first down.
Corey Smith hit him first but couldn't bring him down. And that'll set up a 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. WKU, they've chewed up nearly 6 minutes of clock here, Terry. They have won the time of possession battle big time both games with Tisdale in there at quarterback, and they're unbeaten this year when they win the time of possession battle.
Yeah, and you know what's really is a little different of what MTS usually does. They usually kind of go man-to-man, or they bring a little bit more pressure on the defensive line of scrimmage, but right now we're getting a lot of penetration. We're not getting as much penetration.
Timeout going to be taken by WKU. They had shifted Lavelle right over into that Wildcat formation, but didn't quite like what they were seeing there. Not much not to like so far if you're WKU. A drive that started inside their own 15 is down to the 9 of MTSU with a 1st and goal there. 9:06 left opening quarter. Hilltoppers looking to strike first in 100 miles of hate. WKU knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line as we continue with the 75th edition of 100 Miles of Hate. WKU has just taken a slight edge in the series overall, 38-35, and that one tie thrown in there. The Hilltoppers have won 6 straight under now 7th-year head coach Tyson Helton, and if they were to win today, that would set a new mark for the longest winning streak from either side in this rivalry, Terry, overall. And if you go back even to when Tyson Helton was working on the offensive staff here at WKU, he's 8-0 overall against the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, right? I mean, especially in November, he does a great job. But this is what I like, right? I mean, with WKU doing a lot of motion. When you bring guys in motion, you can identify if it's man or zone. They saw it was zone, so you run the football.
They keep it with the Wildcat with Wright barreling his way down inside the 5-yard line to the 3. That's what Lavelle Wright does. He's a bruiser. 6 touchdowns on the ground, leads the way for WKU this season, among the leaders in Conference USA, and had one of those touchdowns last time out against New Mexico State.
I mean, we call him you're talking about he went right on that one. That was awesome. Great play, understand, have great vision. I can see him get downfield. When you got this mesh look, you got these 2 power running backs. This is an unorthodox situation.
They keep it with Wright, and he goes right up the middle and splits the C for 6.
That's what we call power football. I mean, that was just the wishbone back in the day. I mean, they had a full house backfield, two offensive linemen in the back, and that changed it. When you put those guys in direct snap, they would just had a mismatch on that, and he just barreled over number 58 out there, and that was just had no chance on that play.
Well, and we talked all week with the coaches about how they felt MTSU's biggest strength was that defensive line, but no Shakai Woods up front today, and perhaps WKU will be able to run the football a bit more than they expected coming in.
Yeah, that was Corey Smith out, number 58, man. I mean, Lavelle power drove him on that. He won that contest.
WKU strikes first, 7-0 Hilltoppers with 8:29 left to go in this opening quarter. A methodical drive, Terry Obie. Like I mentioned, they took over inside their own 15, a rare time where the Hilltoppers have to field a kickoff. Tisdale goes 6 for 9 for 51 yards, and I think the bigger number that entire WKU coaching staff happy with, 36 yards on the ground on that drive.
Yeah, I mean, they made plays. I mean, they're making things happen, and there you go again, because this is the time of year. It's Tisdale, 'tis the season. He is starting to kind of really get seasoned to him and understand how the football games work. He took them out there methodically and drove that football, making right executions, calling, checking to the right plays. Great execution by him, and he's going to keep continuing to get better, Tyler.
So the Hilltoppers now will boot it away with the powerful leg of Cassidy. I'm not going to say anything about where this kick should land because Tyson Elton told us that we've been jinxing him with that.
Exactly, but he's kicking with the wind. So he needs to get that ball. It looked like with the wind. It keeps moving, all over the place.
Well, as it moves the ball off the tee, it is swirling here inside of Houchin-Smith Stadium. Cassidy, the 6'6", 230-pound redshirt junior from Ireland. They bring him in as a specialist for long field goals. He's made a couple over 50 yards this season.
You're better off kicking a line drive in weather like this, kind of a end over end. There you go.
And that one will end short of the goal line and set up an opportunity for a return, but that opportunity will not be taken, and MTSU will take over at their own 25-yard line. And now we see the first career college start for redshirt freshman Roman Gagliano, the 3-star recruit from Opelika, Alabama, was a 2-time region champ at Opelika High School, ranked as the 87th best quarterback nationally coming out of high school with 5,000 career yards before coming to the college level, and now stands in after throwing for 89 yards in 16 attempts last time out against FIU.
So what they're going to try to do is get WKU in quick hitting situations so they can attack them.
And that's what they do immediately with a short passing game to Miles Butler. They've got a solid trio of receivers between Cox, Butler, and then Cameron Lacey as well. And the tight end Hunter Tipton has really emerged as a chief target as well. WKU knew that those guys on the outside were going to be their chief challenge, and it's going to be especially true without redshirt sophomore running back Jaquel Middlebrook, who's been one of the best in the country in the passing game. Throw goes over to the far side. That one caught. Should be enough to move the chains. It's going to be right at the marker, and they may actually rule it just short.
Yeah, they love those out-breaking routes, especially in first down. Great decision getting that ball. We call that Y under. I mean, he was the Y route, run a 5-yard out to get underneath, just make sure a consistent throw, easy throw, first down.
So it is just short of the first down to A.J. Jones. We both talked about him before the game, the 6'3", 212-pound redshirt junior. We were both really impressed with him.
And what I like about, look at WKU, is that this is cover zero. They man-to-man. There's no help on the safeties, and they're coming.
Gagliano going to keep it himself, left side. Nobody on WKU saw it coming. He's into Hilltopper territory, out of bounds at the 42-yard line. He flashed that running ability with a 15-yard run against FIU, and I've got a feeling that MTSU is going to try to sprinkle in a pretty good amount of that QB run to keep WKU honest.
Yeah, Gagliano, that was a great play. He looked at it was a read. It was definitely an option. It was like a power option. He saw that, and they overran that. He saw the opportunity to make that play and pulled it out. If he's making a decision like that, it'll be a good night. And so WKU right now is trying to mix up like a lot of the formations, give you a cover 2 and then come down and play cover 1. So to stop the running game.
This time he'll hand it off on the left side. That one goes nowhere. To Ricky Hunt Jr. standing in as the starting running back today. Redshirt sophomore, spent a couple years at Ohio. Ran for 4 touchdowns in the Myrtle Beach Bowl as a freshman there. Set a bowl game record. And has made his way to MTSU and has a golden opportunity here today to stand in as the starting running back as the Blue Raiders have a 2nd and 8. At the Hilltopper 40.
And you notice, too, WKU is playing a lot of press so they can kind of disrupt their routes early. Those outside receivers with the corners are man-to-man so they can bring a little bit more pressure.
Gagliano taking it on one-on-one with the back shoulder, incomplete that time.
And you see what that does. Man-to-man calls you to kind of get the ball out early. So those receivers with MTSU is going to have to win on the outside. They can make plays, but you got to make plays when the opportunity presents itself.
Was trying to connect with his freshman receiver Landon Collins, who emerged with 4 catches against FIU, and now it's a 3rd and 8. WKU shifts defensively. They told us they were going to do that a lot pre-snap.
And here they come. And you can see, because when you go to man-to-man like that, you're going to bring pressure.
Ball goes downfield, one-on-one opportunity, and it's overthrown, trying to connect with Butler. And here, an interesting spot, to say the least, a 4th and 8 at the WKU 40. And it looks like the Blue Raiders are going to opt to try and play some field position game here. But Coach Tyson Helton told us that he was very, very weary of some potential fakes, especially after the Blue Raiders faked a punt last week against FIU.
Hey, Tyler, you're exactly right about there. They're trying to steal possessions. And the special teams is, have you noticed that he did not take the special teams out or put the punt return team in and call it safe? He kept all the starting defensive players in there and just put a returner in there.
Ashton Logan takes the snap. His punt, a low one. We'll see what kind of hop it takes. That one positioned extremely well, and it's going to roll down inside the 5-yard line. What a coffin corner punt in the most untraditional way possible from Ashton Logan. You mentioned you got to kick him low when it comes to this win. Logan was able to do just that to pin a Hilltopper offense that just drove down nearly 80 yards. They'll have to go almost 100 if they want to score a touchdown on this drive, starting at their own 4, but leading it 7-0.
Being strong doesn't mean going through it alone.
Mental health matters, just like physical health.
It's okay to feel overwhelmed.
It's okay to ask for help.
Talking to someone can change everything.
Your mind needs care too.
No shame, no stigma, just support.
We're teammates on and off the field.
Your story matters.
You are not alone.
We see you, we support you.
Let's break the silence together.
Mental health is part of the game. Let's continue the
Conversation.
He'll throw here, Velkamp to the end zone, touchdown!
Whether you're traveling for work or leisure, Three Springs Hospitality is your home away from home. Each hotel is unique and offers a variety of different amenities to all types of travelers. Parking and Wi-Fi are always free. Plus, select hotels offer complimentary breakfast. The best part is WKU's campus is 10 minutes away from any of our hotels. So be sure to book your travel in the Fan Zone Travel Center on WKU Athletics website. Book your stay today.
WKU is home for big dreamers, for those who shape the future, who set their sights high, accept challenges, fuel their passions, for those with a desire to create a better tomorrow. You don't come here to prepare for one thing. You come here to prepare for everything. You belong on this hill, where we engage, learn, grow, and celebrate together. Climb with us at Western Kentucky University.
Back with you here at WKU, 7-0, the Hilltoppers leading it over MTSU in this Conference USA battle. WKU trying to stay near the top of the pack in the hunt for a Conference USA title. We're going to find a lot out about that later today with Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State facing off, as MTSU really trying to find a breakthrough, Terry, under second-year head coach and long time coach Derek Mason. Had a run at Vanderbilt before landing here at MTSU. This team has played in 5 one-score games this season. That's tied for 12th in the country, but their 20% winning percentage tied for 112th this season.
Yeah, I got a chance to, I coached with Coach Mason. He was at Stanford when I was there too. So you talking about, he's a ball coach. He knows a lot about the game, and especially the defensive mind. He's really good at that.
After that run at Vanderbilt was at Auburn and then Oklahoma State before taking the MTSU job. Gain of 1 has WKU with a 2nd and 9 at their own 5-yard line.
And it looks like pressure. I mean, right now, this is MTSU 55% of the time. First and second down, they do cover 3. They have 3 high safeties, and then they bring. I mean, they have 1 high safety, and they bring the 1 safety down low.
Parrish gets up to the 8-yard line. This is an MTSU team that realistically, the yards they've given up don't quite align with the points they've given up. They're 4th in Conference USA in yards allowed, but 11th in scoring defense, giving up 32 points per game on the season. They're 3rd in the conference in their rushing defense, which made it even more surprising that WKU was really able to establish themselves so much on that opening drive on the ground, but a lot of injuries on the Blue Raiders side.
Especially number 92, DeMonte Smith. I mean, you got to get the ball. I mean, that was penalties. And
flag comes in as that throw was up to Henry, maybe the toughest cover in Conference USA. We saw against New Mexico State a couple of weeks ago. The Aggies kept trying to give their corners one-on-one opportunities with Henry, and he just kept winning, which is why he ended up with those 2 touchdowns. And now we'll see what the official call here is.
Yeah, Henry is trying to make things happen.
Well, we think we're getting ready.
Pass interference. Number 21, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it is a pass interference against Abdul Muhammad, the starting corner for MTSU.
Yeah, he was there. That was bad for him because when you turn around, that's what happened. He didn't look for the football, and you make plays that way. But right now, MTSU has got to make something happen. You got to get number 92 involved in the game because you know he's that defensive tackle that can make things to DeMonte Smith. He is all-purpose, one of the top guys in the conference.
Tisdale brings a man in motion. That's Mack, who's been very active early on. They go to Parrish, another run, diving up across the 25 to the 26-yard line, which doesn't seem like a huge game, but 7th-year head coach Tyson Helton said, I would much rather have a 2nd and 9 and a 2nd and 8 than a 2nd and 14 because they've had a lot of negative plays on first downs this year.
Exactly. When you're in a fast tempo offense like that, you just want to get 1 or 2 yards at a time. And I don't understand what MTSU decide to do. They're just going to go and be 55% of their time, and they're just going to go 3 highs, 1 high safety, and now you got the opportunity for the passing game, especially on the crossing routes.
Tisdale looks to the running back. Parrish gives it to him. He's chopped down trying to get around the sideline. We'll see where they say he stepped down. It was back around the 29-yard line, so a 3rd and medium on the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the way we talked to the coaches this week. I mean, the entire time, Coach Bowie said we got to start getting the ball into the running back's hands a little bit in space, and they can start making things happen. Yeah, but MTSU right now, when they bring the safety down, they try to go 60% of the time. They try to bring some type of pressure.
Rollout set up, and it sails over the head, that time wide open. Underneath again was the tight end Myers. He's been very active early on in his return as well. Tisdale, the coaches told us he's really, really comfortable in those rollout situations, but most of the time, Terry, they take him to that right side there, rolling left just off target.
Yeah, I mean, and he went that way. He just got to make sure he planned as he's driving to that side. He started drifting upfield a little bit, and he couldn't get his foot down. And then also you're going into the wind and swirling wind. That's difficult to deal with.
Big stop for MTSU as WKU will boot it away. That one another low driver. We've seen this from both sides as it swivels out of bounds around the 28-yard line. Not used to seeing that trajectory from Cole Maynard, one of the best punters in the country, 2nd nationally in yards per punt, but both sides putting away the wedges, pulling out the irons, trying to play around this win in what has been a defensive game so far. 7-0, WKU leading it over MTSU with just 3 minutes left, opening quarter. Battle of two redshirt freshman quarterbacks today here at WKU as the Hilltoppers and Blue Raiders do battle. Tyler Eaton and Terry Obie here with you on the broadcast. And Terry, when you're a young quarterback thrust into a spot like this, you got to have some weapons to rely on. And against FIU, that was Cameron Lacey at receiver for the Blue Raiders, had a 60-yard touchdown catch in that game.
Yeah, it's speedy, real shifty. I mean, he get in space. I mean, he can put points on the board real quick.
And Anthony Brackenridge, 9 tackles against Joe State last time out for WKU and a blowout win over the Aggies. This one thrown underneath, and it's caught. They go to the freshman Landon Collins, second target that he's gotten in this one.
And you just talked about Brackenridge. He just made the tackle.
I don't know if you want him having to make those tackles against receivers, but he certainly can. He played receiver in high school himself. Very athletic, bit of a hybrid there at linebacker at 6'2", 225.
Yeah, he's definitely that person that can make things happen. And so WKU is going to try to put pressure and try to make them, force them to turn the ball up.
Pitch goes on the left side. 2 flags come in, one from behind the play, one from the sideline. Going to assume they're for the same call as DJ Taylor with his first carry. Had picked up a couple.
Yeah, and then when you say that, man, Brackenridge, I mean, they grabbed him, man. Every time you mention somebody, Tyler, they become somebody special.
10-yard penalty.
They get that one
second
against
down.
the tight end, Hunter Tipton. This has been a heavily penalized offensive line.
Yeah, Brackenridge was on his way, though. He beat his man on the outside and got pulled back, and that becomes a problem. And when you're in this situation, WKU like to put the hammer on you, and this it's kind of difficult. On the young quarterback, like confuse him, look like 3 high safeties, and they're going to try to change the defense as you go. He's creeping up now. 2nd
and 16, 2 wide receivers each way. They send the running back in motion. Gagliano looking downfield. He has the tight end, and that's how you make up for a penalty as he connects with Tipton up to the 41-yard line.
I like how Gagliano stayed in the pocket and just was patient because there wasn't a lot of pressure on him. He looked to the first read was a shallow cross looking, and then he waited for the tight end to come across.
30th catch of the season for Tipton. There's a bit of confusion there as Gagliano held on to it. The running back thought he was going to go off with the handoff, and again, Brackenridge comes in to make the play for WKU. No gain.
Bracken the bridge. I mean, he is coming up and coming solid, though. He plays really physical, and he plays with a lot of attitude, and that makes a huge difference. And there's been a problem with the MTSU line. They've been having difficulties. A lot of people, they haven't been consistent the whole entire season.
10 different starters on the O-line this season is tied for most in the country. They send Taylor, the running back, in motion. He stacks up on the left side now, an empty backfield as Gagliano is going to check with his line.
They got to make sure. They're going to make sure because he can run on these opportunities.
That's exactly what he was going to do, and a hit comes in on the slide. Don't think a call is going to happen. Bang, bang play as Gagliano gets up to the 45-yard line. And there it looked like, Terry, he was checking with his O-line before the play, said, hey, guys, we got 5 against 4. Let's run this thing.
Absolutely. Gagliano saw that. He saw that it divided. It got wide open. He saw it part the Red Sea. WKU's red, the Red Sea part, and he ran through it.
Great job by Harrod coming in from the safety spot to hold up on that hit and avoid the penalty as it sets up a 3rd and 6. 2 receivers bunched together on the right.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the ball quick. They look like pressure, look like NCAA blitz.
He flings it out to the running back on the left side. Harrod can't catch up. We'll see what the spot is. It's going to be a yard short.
Stepped out of bounds. Wow.
Taylor was able to get around Harrod in pursuit on that left side, but stepped out of bounds just short of the line of gain. And I think here a pretty obvious decision to keep the offense on the field.
You know what? I'm right now this early in the game with a young quarterback like that on the 50-yard line. That's to me, that's very tough to make that decision with 1 yard because you put WKU in an unbelievable position. It's too early in the game.
They bring in the blocking tight end, Evan Potitzer, to load up that front. It's a pistol formation, 4th and 1 at midfield. Gagliano keeps, drops it off underneath. Great open field tackle, and MTSU is going to turn it over on downs. Nazir Ward comes in to make the play and shut down that drive.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really comfortable with going with that this early in the game, but great job by Ward recognizing, because they like to get that ball out quick in the flat to the running backs. Now you put yourself in a situation where the game has changed. Field position so early, they get 14 points. It makes a huge difference.
Needed to gain a yard, lost one instead. Ward followed that all the way for his 3rd tackle for loss of the season out of that cornerback spot. And it sets WKU up at the MTSU 49-yard line. Another drive for Tisdale, 7 for 11, only 54 yards so far.
And this is when coaches like to go sudden change after a turnover.
He rolls out to the right. It's a double move down the sideline. Throws a dart. It's caught by K.D. Hutchinson down to the 15-yard line. He started inside, went out, went back up on the sluggo, and they connect for the big gainer.
Yeah, we call that sudden change in that quarterback room, in that room. Once you have a turnover, we got to score really quick when we get that ball, and K.D. take it to the Hutchinson. But you know what? On that play, he was Clutchinson.
34 yards on the gainer, and that brings the opening quarter to a close. We said WKU was lacking the big plays in the passing game. There they get one from K.D. Hutchinson. WKU driving once again as we're through one quarter. It's WKU 7, MTSU 0 from Bowling Green.
Raising funds for a track chair.
Fifth edition of 100 Miles of Hate, and also here at WKU celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, this partnership between WKU Athletics and WKU Public Media that puts these broadcasts on for us has been the ultimate hands-on experience for WKU students, providing hundreds of thousands of hours of paid training. In their first season, they delivered 13 live WKU Lady Topper basketball and Hilltopper basketball games, and are now in the process of producing their second of 5 games in 6 days that can reach up to 70% of the U.S. population. Happy anniversary to the HSSN, and a happy opening sack of this one for MTSU as we get back underway. Brandon Buckner coming in out of the outside linebacker spot drops Tisdale for just the 4th time he's been sacked in now his 3rd start of the year.
Yeah, that's a cover sack. Butler did a great job of beating the offensive tackle on that and making plays happen. But right now, just give you more room. You got Noah Myers, right? WKU loves about 62% of the time. They like to run those seam routes. They try to get those inside receivers down the middle, like across the middle, making plays. So when they got the spread offense, you got 3 to one side, 1 to the other side. That's what they try to do.
Myers in the slot. He's blocking as they set up the screen left side. Hutchinson trying to spin away, but he's going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 27-yard line. Or excuse me, the 22-yard line, and that'll go for nothing. And it'll be a 3rd and 17 for a WKU team that coming into this game had been so good in the red zone. 30 scores and 35 trips, including 25 touchdowns, second best touchdown percentage in the conference coming into today.
Yeah, they've been very active. I mean, those linebackers, that Corey Smith right there was very active making a play for MTSU. But they love those seam routes, get the ball up to those big playmakers.
Henry beats his man and catches it right corner of the end zone. King Henry beats his man one-on-one and scores his 6th touchdown of the year. When will they learn?
Oh, man, on the line of scrimmage, he must have killed him. We call that the inside seam and outside fade route. He wants to go deep. He wants to make things happen. What he does really well is really adjusting to that football over the shoulder. That's one of the toughest catches to make in even in the pros or even in college for a wide receiver, over the shoulder with that sun and the shade in between. Great, but he really won on the line of scrimmage.
Takes the solo lead for touchdown catches in Conference USA for now. And with the PAT up and good, the Hilltoppers strike quickly and make it 14-0.
Yeah, Henry. This is a check call. Check with me by Tisdale. He sees it, he watches, he look one way, the opposite way, get the safeties to go, get the ball over the top, touchdown. We'll be back after this.
Hilltopper fans, show the world you're a Hilltopper and take the Big Red Spirit wherever you go with the official WKU Athletics debit card. Available only at South Central Bank. South Central Bank is proud to support Western Kentucky University and be the exclusive provider of the official WKU Athletics debit card. Stop by any location and ask about yours today. South Central Bank, the official debit card provider for WKU Athletics. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long-distance love. For the far-sighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Houchins Insurance Group is an insurance broker that focuses specifically on commercial insurance, but we represent all areas of insurance.
If you go down our hallway, you'll see all of our nameplates, and our job titles are listed as owner. And that is truly the foundation of our culture, and I think that's what our customers experience every day through our products and services.
We are superior in service and quality. We've got to provide the best resources for our clients day in, day out.
Touchdown, Bearcats.
12th catch of 20 or more yards for Matthew Henry on the season. Makes it 14-0 WKU over MTSU in this 100 Miles of Hate matchup. Tyler Eaton and Terry Obie with you, watching from the booth as the Hilltoppers push themselves back with the sack, Terry, when they came out there with that near goal-to-goal situation, but still found a way to come away with points.
Yeah, you know, and actually really for an offense, it's good to have a little bit more, when you're in the red zone, a little bit more room so you can run your whole package that can develop it. And I was just surprised that the MTSU just decided to go one-on-one against the King. The King has arrived. King Henry beat him off the line of scrimmage with his hands and feet. Incredible.
Cassidy does have the wind at his back this time and sends it through the end zone. And to Tyson Helton's, I know, much delight. The Hilltoppers have booted it for a touchback, and MTSU will take over at their own 25-yard line. Coach told us that he told special teams coach Andy LaRussa to go get somebody that could, quote, knock that sucker out of the end zone, and that's what they did with Cassidy.
I mean, you know, that was great. I mean, it looked like one of your drivers in front. They used the driver instead of knockdown wedge on that one. That was great.
If it was my driver, it might have gone into the band down there on the right side of the field. MTSU takes over again with the redshirt freshman quarterback, Roman Gagliano. 6 for 8 on the day, but just 36 yards, and that's been the biggest issue for MTSU this season. Hands it off, and that one blown up initially. The first man in there was Rylan Suafilo from his DT spot. Got some help from the rest of that Hilltopper front, and it goes for no gain.
Yeah, Suafilo was very aggressive on that. He was what we call that's a two-gapper. He was responsible for beating between the A and the B gap. He was responsible for both of them, and he did a great job of executing that. And when MTSU was wide like this, they go to a 3 wide. They try to go one-on-one and get that ball on, try to do crossing routes, but try to get the ball as quick out as possible.
Got a man wide open down the left side. Nobody near Cameron Lacey. 30, 20. Can he beat him down the sideline? Wrapped up near the 5. Great second effort by Ali to chase him down. But WKU did the last thing that you can do with their defense, and that's lose track of Cameron Lacey.
Yeah, you know what? That was a blown play. You know, Lacey was really racy. I mean, you're talking about speed. Man, when he gets down the field, it makes a difference. But I wonder what's going to happen with WKU because they kind of compacted down in this red zone. But this is a tall task right now to stop this MTSU offense from scoring in this situation.
Had a 60-yard touchdown against FIU. That one goes for 68 yards. MTSU going to keep it on the ground, driving forward down near the 2-yard line as the freshman running back Austin Clemens.
Yeah, Brackenridge is all over the place, but right now it's good that MTSU has some type of light, right?
Yeah.
And they want to get something positive right now with that big play, making a big play there, even though that was a blown coverage. It's good to have a big play to get right back in this football game.
And normally so much of what you do here would be centered around star running back Jaquel Middlebrook not playing in this game for MTSU. They've got Clemens still in there to the left side of the quarterback, Gagliano. It's a play action. He's going to keep it himself. WKU all over it in the backfield. Gagliano at least able to surge forward to about the 3-yard line, so it only goes for a loss of maybe a half a yard. Easily could have been more.
Yeah, Gagliano, he kind of gives that away. When he goes to the head, looked like he's changing the play. Both times he did that, it was a run play, so he's got to be careful of giving those tendencies away.
And it looks like each time that they've tried to do that exact same play with Gagliano, the running back has run away from the football, so it really hasn't been much of a fake.
So you're better off getting him on some type of sprint out. He needs to, and then I would love to see number one-on-one with number 6, A.J. Jones on the top side to get him the football.
Fakes the handoff again. He's looking to Jones in the end zone, goes low, and it's caught. Number 6 for 6, A.J. Jones with his 3rd touchdown in the last 4 games.
Yeah, A.J. Jones, great, but that was the offensive line giving him a lot of time, and great job by Gagliano making this, giving an opportunity to get to Gagliano.
That's the best throw that Gagliano's made in this game. Put it in the perfect spot where only Jones could get it.
Yeah, and he went down low and grabbed that football.
Jones really emerging recently. Reels that one in, and a much-needed score and scoring drive for MTSU after the 68-yard catch from Lacey sets them up at the 5-yard line, able to punch it in with the Jones catch. And with the PAT, it's a 7-point game here in Bowling Green. WKU 14, MTSU 7. Gagliano 8 for 10 for 107 yards and a touchdown in his first start for the Blue Raiders. How will Tisdale and WKU respond? We'll find out together after this. A WKU defense amongst the elite of the elite in the country in red zone scoring. In 34 trips coming into this game, they had only given up 13 touchdowns in the red zone. MTSU gets number 14 on the 3-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Jones to cut the Hilltopper lead in half here in Bowling Green. Tyler Eaton and Terry O be with you as MTSU has this thing punched up, and for the second time in this game, we see the ball fall off the tee from that swirling wind that, as you mentioned earlier, Obi, it depends on where you look in the stadium. It looks like it's going a different direction.
Absolutely. You just got to catch the wind right, and the quarterbacks are praying and hoping that the wind is on their side when they have the ball in their hands.
Hilltoppers have 2 returners back. Flowers brought one out earlier, was stuffed at the 13-yard line. We'll see if they opt to return it again regardless of where it lands. He'll take the fair catch, made its way to the end zone regardless, and the Hilltoppers take over at their own 25-yard line. Rodney Tisdale 10 for 14 through the air, 111 yards. Had a 5-yard run, but a net negative with the sack that he took before he threw the touchdown pass to Matthew Henry on the last drive.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, I mean, it's just got to regroup. I mean, that was a great job by MTSU taking the ball and driving and getting themselves right back in the football game. So you got to forget about the record and everything when you playing against these teams are playing against each other. And one of their dynamic players have to show up. DeMonte Smith, number 92, has got to make, if he's going to be something happen, he's a difference maker that can really help MTSU.
WKU's offensive line moved as Henry was in motion right to left.
Offense, 5-yard penalty,
one-on-one
first down.
Opportunity there for the Hilltoppers. Instead, Marshall Jackson, the left tackle, who has been so good this season, a one-time Conference USA Offensive Lineman of the Week, second team All-CUSA last year, jumped, making his 24th start for the Hilltoppers.
You know, no, I mean, I get that. I understand that. When you got DeMonte Smith over you, I mean, this guy's going to play on Sundays. I mean, you got to get ready. You got to be locked in playing against him.
Handoff goes to the left side. Not much doing. WKU was really able to establish themselves on the ground. We were a bit surprised about it on that opening drive, but it has been shut down since then.
Yeah, they're stepping up, making plays, and MTSU is trying to make some adjustment and bring their linebackers in the box when we come tighter in the box. But that'll make them vulnerable for some of the passes down the field, like some of the curl routes with these receivers. Those are going to be wide open.
Tisdale looking downfield, comes back to Henry on that curl, as you called it, on the near side, breaks the tackle and gets free down the sideline. 40 at midfield. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds back, a late whistle at the 43-yard line, but regardless, another big completion to Matt Henry. You called that one to a T.
Yeah, I mean, you playing cover 3. What he went down is put his foot in the ground, run that curl route, caught the ball, went inside fake outside, because you know what? You don't want to go inside as a receiver because those crocodiles in there trying to hit you.
Here comes Hutchinson on the screen. He's pushed out of bounds past the 45-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it. Looks like it'll go for a gain of 4 to the 47-yard line. Hutchinson already 3 catches. Matt Henry now with 4. WKU after that New Mexico State game. Now 4-0 on the season when either of those two get to 5 or more catches.
Oh, wow. When you put those guys on the field and they making plays, it's a big difference. And now you got 3 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. This could be opportunity for Tisdale to maybe get a quick out.
It's exactly what he does. That one reeled in by Jairus Mack, his second catch, or excuse me, already up to 3 catches in the ball game now. And his return after such an electric start through the first 4 games with 13 catches.
Yeah. When you got the 3-by, I mean, that's definitely a tendency with WK. You got a 3-by-2, 2 receivers on one side, 3 on the other side. The outside guy runs deep, taking the safeties deep, and the inside guy just go a 5-yard and out. Now, and you're in a situation with the fullback in the backfield.
How often do you see the I formation from WKU?
Run power.
They've got the power back with Wright in there, and a timeout is going to be called by the official.
I wonder what happened on that one.
Middle Tennessee. This is their first of the half.
Timeout initially pointed over. It looked like they might be taking a second look at something. Not for sure what that would have been in this case, but it'll take us to a timeout as well. Big 3rd and 1 coming up for WKU, just on the edge of MTSU territory at the 48-yard line. Blue Raiders need a stand, trailing at 14-7 at WKU.
Attention Hilltoppers, Cheetah Clean Auto Wash is proud to support you with 7 convenient locations throughout Bowling Green and Glasgow. And now, we're offering a complete touchless wash at 763 Baker Fields Way. Detailing services at 2270 Scottsville Road and a 10-minute interior cleaning at our flagship location on Cave Mill Road in Bowling Green. Get unlimited access to any Cheetah Clean location for just $34.99 per month, plus free roadside assistance with all plans. Come see why the tops love Cheetah Clean today.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Coach Prater, for always supporting me.
Thank you, Chestnut Ridge Middle School, for always teaching me to stay curious.
Thank you, Mrs. Love out of Trent Test Academy.
Thank you, Miss Cross, for everything, letting me be myself.
Thank you, Miss Young, for all the life lessons you gave me.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurdlove.
Thank you, Sean Witten, for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, teachers. You're appreciated.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day is game day for teachers.
Blue Moon Sanitation provides clean, friendly, and dependable sanitation services at a competitive rate. We proudly offer the newest inventory in units and trailers in the area. For job sites, small and large, we keep in stock multiple portable toilets and roll-off open-top dumpsters and compactors. Blue Moon also provides residential garbage services in Warren and Allen counties. We want your stinking business. Go to BlueMoonSoki.com to learn more about ours. Blue Moon Sanitation, the official porta potty of WKU.
I'm Victoria from Lincoln County, Tennessee, where growing up with my grandparents, I learned what hard work really meant. For me, college wasn't a given. It was a leap, and I took it. At MTSU, I studied abroad twice, interned in DC, and got curious on what my future could look like. I found people who believed in me and helped me believe in myself. MTSU showed me what is possible. I'm Victoria, and I'm true blue.
Big 3rd and 1 upcoming here at WKU. 9:05 left before halftime. Hilltoppers leading at 14-7 with the ball at the MTSU 90 or the 48-yard line. I had my mind on number 92, DeMonte Smith, for the Blue Raiders. See if this will be the first time we really see him make a huge impact in this game. The highest graded defensive tackle in Conference USA so far this season, as the Hilltoppers shift over Lavelle Wright into the Wildcat. He's going to keep it up the middle, and there is that Blue Raider front. That goes nowhere. Drop it back a yard, and leading the charge, none other than DeMonte Smith.
Yeah, DeMonte Smith would crash the whole side down. He's going to play on Sunday. I mean, that was unbelievable. Destroy the offensive line and took away 2 or 3 blocks. I mean, they won the line of scrimmage on that. MTSU's look like they're a little fired up and is excited about what's going on. Look at big guy right there say, yeah, I ate you up tonight.
Now with 9.5 tackles for loss on the season, came into today in a tie for 3rd in Conference USA in that department. The Hilltoppers going to punt it away. This one another low one. That one going to sail. Will it check up just short of the end zone? Might have had a chance to, but charging in and unable to hold on to it was WKU. It looked like, Terry, that one might have checked up if Javen Mack could have reeled it in, but just couldn't control it.
Yeah, it looked like he had his sand wedge on it, a little spin on it. Oh, he got to get there a little quicker and bat the ball by. He hesitated. Yeah, but that was a great fake by the punt returner, confusing him a little bit. And here, MTSU, to get themselves back in the game, they're very aggressive. In this situation, they're going to try to get a play down and get that ball to one of their playmakers.
Immediately look to throw. They go outside, and it's dropped right off the hands of Tavion Galloway. The transfer from Purdue was a 4-star tight end, ranked number 4 nationally coming out of high school by ESPN. Had a catch for 20 yards against FIU as they're trying to get him involved in this offense. Just couldn't hang on the out route that time.
Yeah, he tried to catch the ball and turn of field before he had it. I mean, he was wide open. That was a good pass, but you got to make sure you secure the catch first, and then makes things happen.
Gagliano now 8 for 11, 107 yards and a touchdown. Snap comes in, wasn't expecting it as a flag comes in now. They're going to blow this dead after the fact. MTSU thought that WKU jumped. The Hilltoppers thought there was motion from the Blue Raiders. We'll see which side the penalty goes on, as they're going to discuss this one because the flag came in so late.
Yeah, but what's so confusing, I'm surprised they didn't let the play go.
Offense, not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So it goes against MTSU because they weren't all set.
But you got to let the play go, though, because he snapped it, right? I mean, I don't know why would you stop the but I guess there's something they saw that I didn't see.
It's a penalty that should blow the play dead if it's called on time. I think the unexpected nature of the snap threw that off a bit.
Yeah.
Because the center, I think, was the only player on the field that knew he was going to snap that football.
And it got him totally off guard. You see, that's the big thing when you have a different quarterback, too. The communication sometimes lack.
Two wide receivers bunched together on the right, one left. Gagliano stands on the left hash.
Yeah, 62% of the time they like to get the ball out quick here.
He's looking downfield, takes the chance, 1-on-2, jump ball. It's an interception that's dropped.
Wow. Yeah, they were both playing for the football. What a great play. Going against the wind right there, the ball hangs up.
Dylan Flowers will take the pass breakup, had an opportunity to reel that one in. There's a flag behind the play as well, two actually at the line of, or around the line of scrimmage.
Looked like holding, or no legal man downfield.
I think that's going to be the call. That might have been a play
ineligible receiver downfield. Number 63, offense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
Perhaps they were looking for a quick pass, and the lineman got downfield. Yeah, it looked like perhaps a screen was being set up and instead takes the deep ball. WKU declines the penalty anyways, and it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I mean, because you know what, really, 62% of the time they run a screen. I think the quarterback was kind of confused on that and made a mistake and sent the quarterback and sent the receiver deep. But right now, you're in a situation where they're getting ready to change this. WKU is going to bring some type of pressure.
They've got it stacked up on the right side of the line.
And then they switch back. That's safety one hole.
Only bring 3. Ball goes left side. Nearly intercepted, but it's caught, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down. What a precision throw to move the chains that time from Gagliano.
Yeah, and MTSU is going to try to get on that line of scrimmage really quick. Get that ball out right. They got out of that one right there. That could have easily been a pick.
And a great second effort from Amarian Walker to move the chains. Now the Blue Raiders go on the ground. They have not looked to run it too much in this ball game.
So MTSU is feeling something on the left side. They've been able to run the ball pretty consistent, but if they go fast, because they're similar to WKU's offense, they like to get the quick hitting, quick slants, quick outs. When they get 2 receivers on that side, they want the inside guy on the out and the outside guy deep. And then they have one guy on the outside man-to-man. Look for this receiver in the open field to get that number 6, Lacey.
They fake it to Hunt. Gagliano breaks away from 2 tacklers. He's going to get outside to the left. How did he find a way out of that? Has a blocker downfield, makes another man miss. 30, 25, 20, down the sideline. Jukes another one, and he's down to the 2.
Wow. A quarterback, man, he looked like a running back out here. That's definitely a surprise. They wasn't ready for that. He faked the shoes out of a few people. Oh, my goodness, in space. He faked a couple of people out. Oh, with an outside move, cut. Oh, dig. Oh, my goodness. Put his feet up. Did not go out of bounds, looking for him to go back, cut back inside. Made a lot of plays.
They're already set up at the 2-yard line. Gagliano looking one-on-one, throws the fade. It's incomplete. A lot of contact back and forth that time. Was trying to connect for the 2nd touchdown to A.J. Jones. That one goes as a 64-yard run for Gagliano for an MTSU team that ranked last in Conference USA and 122nd in the country in explosive plays coming into today. Gagliano so far has been the fix.
Yeah, Gagliano, I mean, that's the reason they haven't been. He needs to be in there and running that football. That was incredible to make plays. He looked like a running back in space on that, and it fooled WKU. How can you practice that if you have never seen a guy really play? You don't know what to expect.
Already 1 red zone touchdown given up by WKU. Came in with the best touchdown percentage in Conference USA. Might get some help here as the play clock hits 0, and that's going to walk it back 5
Delay
yards.
game.
There you
offense.
see.
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The first-time starter.
I mean, they've been really positive, and you don't want to hurt yourself in this situation because you're making plays. That one big play, that one big throw was huge, and then the run to get yourself back in a situation that was 14-7. And now you can get yourself in a situation you can tie this game up.
Gagliano with 90 yards on the ground, 128 through the air. After last season, Nick Vattiato against WKU threw for 456 yards, a career high.
And you know they're going to try to get Lacey to football, especially one-on-one. I'm trying to get him to football as much as possible.
They floated up into the corner of the end zone. It's overthrown. 2 defenders were there anyways as they tried to set it up for Lacey. Had 3 receivers bunched out on that side, brought 2 across the middle. Lacey drifted out to the corner, and WKU was all over it.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, but MTSU this is going to be a football game. I mean, you forget the record, forget everything. They're so competitive. And now they got to get these MTSU like to get these tight ends involved with some type of crossing routes. If you can get those guys in and those mesh route against one-on-one coverages by WKU, you can possibly get a score. But WKU going to try to pack that box and not bring as much pressure, but bring a lot of people back.
Third and goal. Gagliano again goes corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. Had a chance that time with Miles Butler. Had fingertips on it, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, that was a different route. He should have kept his shoulder on the outside instead of turning back for the football. He probably would. It was a good throw.
I think that maybe there's a miscommunication between the two, and it's one spot if you're Butler, you're used to that pass being positioned one way from Vadiato versus where you're going to get it from Gagliano.
Yeah, absolutely. But most of the time, receivers, to turn back like that, you kind of lose your space and you lose where you're at to know where the football is at.
Jacob Hathaway, the kicker, stands in. This one a chip shot from 25 yards out. It's up, and it's good for Hathaway. Now 8 for 10 on his field goals this season. Didn't even play football in high school, coming from Wales. Played soccer, tennis, rugby, and golf before ultimately finding the sport of football after playing as a soccer player at West Virginia Tech. Actually works with the same agency, Leader Kicking, that Jack Cassidy works with for WKU. Lands a spot with the Blue Raiders and has been excellent this year. 80% on his kicks, hasn't missed a PAT either, and that field goal cuts the lead to 4.
Exactly, and then Coach Mason is over there, is hot right there, because he thought that WKU was lined off sides or something. He was making sure the referees understand, you know what, they got that call, but you owe me one. He was in their face and arguing with them, but he's got to be careful what he's going to do.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's a little upset with a physical play between the corners and the receivers. They let a lot go down there in that possession. But the Blue Raiders still able to walk away with 3 as the ball falls off the tee again. Balin Woodman, their kickoff specialist, the freshman from Wisconsin, getting a bit more work than he bargained for. His job was to walk out there, set it up on the tee, and kick it, and it just keeps falling over.
You know, he's going to have somebody hold the football. I mean, it's not going to happen.
That's exactly what they'll do. As D.R.A. McDonald will be the one to hold it.
And this is the tough thing, because it don't look like he's used to holding it. He might get the yips on this one. Ooh.
Kick is just fine anyways. A low-driven one, fielded by Flowers. He's going to try to return it again. He's out past the 10, 15 to the 20-yard line. And they'll mark him up to the 21. Goes better than the last time he tried to bring one out for the Hilltoppers as they take over after their second punt.
Yeah, right now MTSU on their first down, they're 55% there in cover 3, mean they're one safety high, and then the other 2 corners are covering the third. So if you think third of a pie, everybody get a piece, a third of the pie. So you're not splitting in half, you split it in thirds. So you tell me football is not math.
Hutchinson comes into motion. They give it to him on the sweep. Left side, spins across the ankle tackle. He's up near the 30, about 1.5 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, I mean, WKU slowed it down a little bit. But what they knew is they did really well in the first drive with the tempo and get them in a bad situation. And then they decide to go man-to-man again. Now you got 1-on-1 again with Barry.
They're going to keep it on the ground with the freshman Parrish. He drives up to the 32, just enough to move the chains.
Yeah, Parrish has been pounding like that. I mean, he went to a church, but he's also Parrish. He went to the parish, right? So it's going to be interesting what they do on first down again. They love to go cover 3. The curl routes, the underneath routes are there because you put the safety down there to support the run, and you're going really quick. Look like a bunch formation. There's no safety.
It's going to be a quick sweep. They go right back to Hutchinson. He's across the 40, has a blocker, past midfield, and spun down at the 47-yard line. 2 carries already on this drive for K.D. Hutchinson. Had 8 on the season for 42 yards coming into today, and they're finding a lot of gadget ways to get him involved.
I'm impressed by K.D. Hutchinson. He's almost like a running back, but I like how he carries that football. He carries it, it's tight enough, but it's not too tight. Like you carry a baby, you hold it, but you don't hold it too tight to squeeze it out.
WKU tries to go back to him, this time downfield. It's broken up. You have to really find the mark on those shot plays when they've gone for them outside of when they needed it most on the 3rd down for the 22-yard touchdown to Matt Henry. So a 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, including the tight end Myers.
Yeah, you got to get it out to the running back if you can.
Fires it on a curl. This one caught, and spinning outside is Musa Berry for a 1st down across the 35-yard line.
I love that combination, what they call the flood route. You put the running back out in the flat, and then you put the outside receiver, Berry, on a curl route. Great example of having patience by Tisdale. Now you got 2 by 1. I'm looking for Berry to make something happen. You 1-on-1, get the ball up to him.
That one goes for 14. They throw it to him on the slant. It's caught, breaks the tackle, makes another man miss at the 20, and he's down near the 10.
So Musa Berry starting to get Berry excited about making plays.
That one goes for 22 yards, caught a touchdown, had 5 catches total against New Mexico State. The Hilltoppers down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, wide safeties run the football. But there you go. You got your big guy on the outside plugging it up, man. I'm really impressed with this Smith kid out there.
Parrish now with 8 carries for 31 yards. Can still get a 1st down at the 1-yard line.
And you know what? You remember this, you got this. This bunch, this 3 receiver set. Look for West to be something special. If you can get him down the seam, because when you bunch, they're expecting you to get wide. If you can get that, sneak that tight end on like a tight end pop pass kind of underneath.
It goes up the middle. Parrish bursts through down near that 1st down marker. They're going to mark him down at the 3-yard line, so the knee must have hit as he dove forwards. They brought Hutchinson in the motion there to confuse it, and MTSU had all their eyes on K.D. Hutchinson, and Parrish just exploded out of the backfield.
And you're right. You remember, Tyler, when the coaches were talking about West, that he's one of the best blockers out there. That was a great job on that power. They had him pulling on that, and he made sure he made a way there. This is just 2-down territory anyway.
They've got multiple tight ends out there. One of them, Myers, on the far side behind the receiver. Now he comes into motion in the side formation. Tisdale turns, fakes the toss, looks, has a man wide open, touchdown, Hilltoppers. Beautiful design on the fake toss, and they swing it back underneath for the wide open touchdown. You talk about the tight end.
Yeah,
Welcome back, Noah Myers.
Exactly. That was really a quarterback keep, but there was kind of an action, what they call a action, a rollout action they talked about, and then West kind of snuck out there. Who that was? Myers, right?
Yes.
Myers is wide open 24 hours a day.
They keep West in the backfield to block. Myers had started lined up at receiver, motions into the backfield, and then slips out on the fake pitch. Extra point knocked through, and the Hilltoppers quickly find their response. MTSU had pieced together 2 straight scoring drives. The Hilltoppers interrupt it as they take it nearly 80 yards down the field, capped off by the short touchdown pass to Noah Myers. His 2nd touchdown of the season. Had emerged really as the 3rd threat in this offense behind Matthew Henry and K.D. Hutchinson in the passing game before his injury, but they are more than happy to have him back there.
But I love the outlet. I like the it was almost a bootleg, but it gave him that option. I mean, it's like a triple option that they extended out there. He was looking to run it, but he had an outlet to get the ball out too. On a half roll.
Tisdale with his 2nd touchdown through the air. He's 16 for 21 for 179 yards, making another clear bid for Conference USA Freshman of the Week. He's won it 2 straight times, with the exception of the bye week. I don't think they could give it to him for that. I mean, Gagliano's going to give him a run for his money based on how this game has gone so far.
Absolutely. I mean, This is, it's all about, you know what, Tyler, it's all about opportunities. I mean, these young guys get opportunities. They want to make something play. Now we have a scrum out there. The MTSU, now they're helping each other. I can't believe. Everybody says 100 miles of hate. That's 100 miles of love right there, helping each other up.
Well, they've met now 75 times, but you've got today with all the movement of players. For most guys on the field, this is their first time.
Yeah, that's like a love-hate relationship. But when I coach, man, I can't believe you helping them up. Oh, my goodness. We changed the name now.
Gagliano comes out with 5 wide, 9 for 15 through the air for 128 yards and a touchdown. Now 90 yards on the ground with a big 68-yarder last time out.
Let me see what kind of disguise that. Looked like cover 2. Now they roll into a cover 3. On the double move, Gagliano
drops it off. The defenders had to come help in case he ran it. He's able to hit his wide open tight end in Tipton. He's well into WKU territory, finally dragged down at the 38-yard line. That time the Hilltoppers had to respect the legs, and both tight ends linebackers abandoned the tight end Tipton.
Oh, Tipton was great on that one, but great. I mean, I'm impressed with Gagliano. I mean, he can move in the pocket, but Tipton made something happen and ran over a few players. Excited about what they can do. This young guy can make things happen if he gets a shot.
Another explosive play for 37 yards, this time taking the easy one on the out route to Tipton. Gets to the 34-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds as we hit the 2-minute break. 21-10, WKU leads it, but this MTSU offense is really starting to click around Gagliano. They've driven down with another big play to the WKU 34-yard line. Can the Hilltoppers hold to another field goal? We'll find out. MTSU knocking on the door again. It was a slow first quarter for both sides. WKU dominated possession, led it 7-0 after the first. Both teams now have picked it up, both in terms of the scoring and the pace as we get back underway with 1:57 left before halftime. WKU leading it 21-10, but the Blue Raiders with a 2nd and 6 at the Hilltopper 34-yard line.
Yeah, Gagliano, I mean, I've really been impressed with him. Like on first down, 62% of the time, they usually like screens or RPOs or some type of quick hitting play. But he's been able to run the football pretty well, too.
He's got an empty backfield. Hilltoppers bring blitz. First man misses. Gagliano just able to get away and get rid of it as he was being thrown to the ground by Malatumau.
And pretty elusive. I mean, he's got pretty good feet. I mean, he's not a bad kid. I mean, I know we had the other quarterback, Viatato. He was a veteran passer, quick release. He does really well in the quick game, but this guy is dynamic.
I'm going to let you say Vadiato again.
Vadiato.
Nailed it.
Vitiato, Vadiato.
Good thing we've got
He's not
Gagliano in here, huh? 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 on the left.
And this one they love to run. They look like screen game.
Gagliano gets it out quickly on
Good
the slant.
play.
That one broken up from behind by Jalen Lewis.
Yeah, you got to have number 7, Jalen Lewis, on your team. I mean, he make plays, I mean, all the time. Getting underneath, a smart player sitting right there in the hole, expecting that ball to come really quick. Really educated, very smart player. He's a student at a football game.
3rd pass breakup of the year. The only Hilltopper with multiple interceptions was CUSA Defensive Player of the Week in week 0 with a pick in a win against Sam Houston. As MTSU is going to take a timeout to think this one over.
Yeah.
4th and 6.
Yeah, 4th and 6. I mean, now, you would have to too. I would go for this too in 4th and 6. Or try a long field goal. I don't know if they have anybody with that kind of a leg.
Hathaway's long is 50, so this would be 51. See what Coach Mason and his staff decide here.
And you have wind with you, right? You got the wind, so it looked like it depends when you get up there if it's swirling.
Looks like regardless, they're going to keep the offense out there on the field. I think knowing that either you take a field goal and you give WKU the ball back with about 1:40 left in this opening half, or you do the same thing without the 3 points, but Chance keeping this drive alive and milking some of that clock to bring it down to a 4-point game instead of an 8-point game.
Yeah, so right according to this formation, when you got 2x2 for against WKU, it's better to run those what they call those double switch routes or vertical routes because they put pressure on your safeties.
They've got verts going down each side. Gagliano holding on to it, trying to escape, motioning his receivers downfield. He's going to keep it himself. Pushed out of bounds, hits the marker, but he was out of bounds before he got there. They mark him short at the 31-yard line, and the Hilltopper defense holds against the scrambling Gagliano.
Great study by the defense right there, understanding when they put those guys in those situations, what kind of routes they did. That was definitely a cover sack on that, and a great design by the defense coordinators of getting that ball together.
There's an offensive lineman down behind the play for MTSU as Braxton Myers was the one to chase him down and make the play defensively for the Hilltoppers. And with all the turnover, Terry, that MTSU has experienced on the offensive line, the last thing they can afford is an injury. They've started 10 different players, one of them down there, number 61, Otto Jansa van Rensburg.
Oh, wow, say that again.
Otto Jansa van Rensburg.
Yeah, I mean, that's big time, man. That's why they got you here, man. Man, I hope he's okay. I mean, you hate to see those guys. They've been losing a lot of people on the line of scrimmage, like you said, Tyler. It's very difficult for anybody to do anything. And I'm a little nervous watching him now. His neck is not moving. Nothing is moving. So we got to really pray, Hilltopper Nation, to make sure this kid is okay, because football is okay. We don't want anybody hurt or can't move at all. So I hope this kid's able to get up.
It's his 5th game of the year that he's played in for the Blue Raiders. Freshman 3-star recruit from Sevierville, down around Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area.
Yeah, this is not looking like a normal injury. I mean, I hope he's okay.
Now let's see if we've got another look at what might have happened. And there you could see him go down and immediately slamming the ground. So lower leg injury, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't feel good. I remember dislocating my ankle and fibula, man. You talk about an ugly position to be in, and I mean, and when that snaps, it's nothing you can do. They probably just trying to calm him down, trying to get it back. Hope he don't have any abrasions or anything. I mean, dislocation, but it's hard to do that. And I think it's serious, because when players start taking a knee and he's not moving at all.
Well, you know, too, from your experience, obviously, you weren't down there in the trenches. You're out there at receiver, kick returner, punt returner, everything in between. But for those big guys, those leg injuries, those lower body injuries just extenuated even more because of the weight and the pressure that's going down.
Yeah, exactly. And he fell, and he's in a situation. Yeah, now looking at this, this is something that we got to continue to pray and keep him together, because he's not moving at all. And they might have to bring the ambulance, something on the field to get him off, because I don't know if he's going to be able to get off.
That's the struggle, too, is it's hard to get a player off the field. And as you could tell, it's not like it's not a head injury immediately, as we saw. There was some clear frustration. I knew when he went down, Terry, that he was injured.
Yeah, I mean, and they know, and they're trying to stabilize him too. Yeah, this is something else. You got to get him off. You got to get him immediately. And the big thing is what they're trying to do is trying to put it back in place when you have a dislocation. You got to get that immediately back in. If you don't, you can have a lot of, with other things that you got to deal with, blood vessels and all that other stuff. So they're trying to get him as much help as possible, because that happened to me on the field, man. And they had to put a helicopter to bring me out.
The players wanted to come up and see him, but they waved him off.
And I know, I mean, he cannot put pressure on him. So.
And a good round of applause. This is where you put away the 100 miles of hate of it all. Just hate to see anybody go down, and as you can see, just trying to stabilize.
Yes, there's nothing. Yeah, because sometimes it dangles. I mean, you got to stabilize it, even though he's on one leg. I mean, there's no pressure you can put on that.
So an MTSU offensive line that has already undergone so much turmoil this season will have to bring in another player, presumably. You've got the 10 that have experience, as Van Rensburg now able to be greeted by all of his teammates. They're clapping him up. And that's one thing that you love to see from a team that has obviously struggled this season. 1-8 on the season, 0-5 in conference play, trying to find their identity under second-year head coach Derek Mason. But those are the times that you can see that this is a team that does not lack for the connection that they've built with each other. I mean, you had players from the offensive line, the defense were going up to meet him, the skill position players were all going up to Van Rensburg after that.
And making sure he's okay. And they're trying to get him out of here. It just bring back like scary memories to see that happen. I remember, the season when it was over. Just on that one little fluke play, people are clapping, and they're happy that he got up, but there's a big comeback for that. When you got the towel on his head, he knows it's something that was serious.
WKU offensively will take back over after the break with a 21-10 lead. Just made the fourth down stop. It feels like it's been quite a while since the play that actually happened, resulting in the injury. The Hilltoppers able to stop a scrambling Gagliano on a 4th and 6 opportunity. And now WKU, with 1:40 on the clock, 2 timeouts left here in the first half, takes over with a chance to extend this 11-point lead.
And MTSU is giving them an opportunity to get the ball off, just playing one safety high. They're not playing cover 2. They're just trying to put pressure with that defensive line and make sure they try to get some type of pick. They're trying to play for a pick.
Tisdale thought Flowers was going to stop on that route. He was gone down the right sideline, so it falls incomplete. Tisdale now 16 for 22 for the game.
Yeah, now Tisdale, with these two high safeties, you got to look down the middle or give the football away.
He's going to hand it off up the middle, driving forward to the 37-yard line. I believe it's Hart popping out of the pile. It is. First carry of the game for George Hart. Only ran it a couple times against New Mexico State, as they've really set this pecking order of the running backs with Parrish and then Wright, followed by George Hart.
3rd down and 4. You just got to get that ball like a hook outside.
Quickly throws it out to Barry, where he initially was on the route, might have had enough for the first down, but had to come back inside the sticks to the 39-yard line, a yard short. WKU with 4th and a couple.
I wouldn't take this chance. You got to kick this football. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I thought they'd even given him the 40. He goes all the way back to the 39-yard line, so you'd need 2 yards anyway. Stopped the route at the right point, but the pass brought him back a bit too far and unable to convert.
Absolutely. So MTSU should try to bring some pressure to try to get a block on this one, but they decide not to.
Another low driving punt, fair catch called for and taken inside the 10-yard line. Maynard does his job. 12th time he's down one inside the 20 on the season. And we'll see if MTSU messes with this a little bit. 57 seconds left. Obviously, it's your own 10-yard line. Not an ideal spot, but you've got a timeout left. You can stop the clock as they move the chains for any first downs that you get in the field of play. And with the way that Gagliano has played so far, 169 passing yards, 93 rushing yards, Do you give him an opportunity here to make something happen?
Yeah, I mean, I would try the first play. I would do some type of a play that's the one cause a lot of problem. Either run or a screen play, and depends on how well you do there, and that's when you decide.
It is a screen to the right side, able to make a man miss and turn something out of nothing that time was Miles Butler. And they're going to speed this thing up and see if maybe that was enough with a 7-yard gainer to kick this thing into gear.
Yeah, and then you got four. Now they got 4 receivers. So what you try to do is you put pressure on WKU's defense and go 4 deep.
Gagliano rolls to his right. He's going to keep this one, has the first down, and that's it at the 20-yard line. Actually, no, they'll say he stepped out short at the 19-yard line. He had the ball in a spot to easily get that first down, Terry, but just stepped out of bounds before he got to the marker.
Yeah, I mean, that's come with experience, too. I mean, even though you have 30 seconds, you still need the first down, too, to keep the possession. Because right now, if you don't get the first down, you get WKU opportunity to get the football back.
All of a sudden, this flips. They're going to hand it off to try to get it on the ground. They do get just enough as they go back to the redshirt freshman Clemens, who has settled in here in this second quarter out there on the field a lot. They seem to like him in these pass-heavy situations as the back.
Yeah, and then what you try to sneak one out here to Lacey. You know, I mean, you got one-on-one, giving him an opportunity to get deep.
Was looking down both sidelines, didn't like what he had either side. Now he's going to float it up, a one-on-one chance coming back to get it. What a play by A.J. Jones. He has had a day at receiver for MTSU.
Yeah, that's what I meant, number 6, Jones. I mean, he is one of those playmakers, man. He can make things happen if you get him in a one-on-one situation. 1st and 10, you only have 10 seconds. You got to go for the end zone because you don't have enough time to get a field goal.
Well, they've got the timeout, so could try to advance this closer. Tough to know how far Gagliano can throw it to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, that was all
Mary.
Gagliano on that, making it happen with his feet, giving his receiver opportunity in space.
Picked up 29 yards, looking to throw. WKU covers it well in the secondary.
There's holding
Flag
there.
comes
Looked like
in
holding.
as Gagliano is going to step up and let it rip across the middle. Incomplete, was trying to connect with freshman receiver Collins.
That took the whole time.
Yeah, that took all of 10 seconds. There's a flag down, and they're pointing towards WKU.
So they get a free play. With 1 second on the board.
Holding, number 11, defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 second. 1 second on the game clock, please.
Yeah.
So because of the penalty, 1 second gets added on. It was a defensive holding call against Kent Robinson.
And I'm surprised that WKU don't put the defense, I mean, the other guys, taller guys in the end zone. Even sometimes you put receivers for the jump ball because the DBs are really not used to being back there. So I think that's what WKU's going to call that timeout, to put the guys out there.
Well, because one thing that we talked about coming into this game, when you look down the depth chart at receiver, a lot of size for MTSU. Butler 6'2", Jones 6'3", Najee Cox, their star, 6'3". Lacey really the only small one at 5'8", so they use him kind of differently from everybody else. But even once you get deeper into the chart, it is clear that they like to recruit these 6'2", 6'3" receivers for these jump balls.
Exactly, and that was a great call by the defense with WKU by Coach Brown, because he knows that I got my smaller safeties. I got to replace them with bigger guys, and that's what he decided to do. He put in a couple of guys that are a little taller, more of the prevent. Even if you got guys that plays offense, that receivers, you put them back there.
Gagliano already over 200 yards through the air, nearing 300 total yards in this first half. He's got a second to work with from the 40. Tried to see if they could get any of those 3 down linemen to jump to move it up potentially into field goal range.
Yeah, they might try a hook and lateral or something.
WKU brings 5. Gagliano spins away, being chased down, and that's going to hurt that rushing total as the Hilltoppers wrap him up for a sack.
That was a great sack, great play right there, and recognizing what was going on after half.
WKU brought pressure, didn't even give the opportunity.
Was that Hayward?
For Gagliano to get that one up. They give it to Karan Hayward coming out of that star spot. The Hilltoppers with 3 first-half touchdowns. It's an 11-point game at the break, 21-10. WKU leading it over MTSU. They're seeking their 7th straight win in this rivalry. Tyson Helton looking to move to 7-0 in this series as head coach of the Hilltoppers and 9-0 all-time as a member of the WKU staff. An impressive showing so far from Gagliano in his first start for MTSU. Can he and the Blue Raiders find answers in the second half of this one? (21-10). WKU leading it at halftime over MTSU as the Big Red Marching Band performs. They've got some extra help coming in soon from the alumni band that'll be strolling in to help with this halftime performance. Tyler Eaton joined by Terry Obie. Senior Day here at WKU, as well as the 75th edition of 100 Miles of Hate, a series that began back in 1914. WKU looking to make it 7 straight wins in this series. They won 49-21 over the Blue Raiders last year. And in that game, Terry, it was Mick Vattiato who had a career performance at quarterback for MTSU against the Hilltoppers, a career best 456 yards through the air in that game. Came into this week third amongst active FBS quarterbacks with 9,674 career passing yards. Out for this game and in comes redshirt freshman Roman Gagliano in his first career start, 5th career game for the Blue Raiders, and he has been excellent so far. 204 yards through the air with a touchdown. He's had 74 yards on the ground, but that got pulled down by a 16-yard sack there at the end of the half. I don't know if you can say enough good things about the way that Gagliano is settled in at quarterback for MTSU.
Exactly. The most impressive thing is his running ability with 8 attempts with 96 yards and having 9.3 yards a carry. I mean, that's very impressive. And he's keeping his team right here. And this game is not that far away. I mean, 21-10. And he's making some really good throws, and he's a really tough kid.
Threw the touchdown pass, the short one to A.J. Jones, had a big 68-yard run that set up a field goal to account for all 10 on the board for MTSU, a team that had struggled to find explosive plays. They were last in Conference USA coming into this one. They've already had 5 in this opening half, but trail at 21-10 to the Hilltoppers of WKU. We'll cover them more when we come back. Senior day at WKU as we're at the halftime break. Hilltoppers celebrating so far with a 21-10 lead. 30 players recognized for the Hilltoppers. As Terry Obi, you've seen this senior day evolve across the country as you bring in so many transfers. You've got players in 4th, 5th, 6th, even 7th seasons, and well, if you're MTSU, one in their 8th season as well. But still a very, very special day to be able to bring in the families to support these guys and see these journeys reach a not quite ending point with some of the season left to go, but still be able to celebrate all the accomplishments.
Yeah, it's really important to see all your family out there, and they come in traveling to visit, and when you see people and they're smiling and seeing their kids out here playing and make things happen, and it's amazing how it just happens so quick. 4 years, 5 years go so quick. But one of the seniors that having a dynamic night so far is Matthew Henry. King Henry is making some things happen tonight, and I saw his family down there too, and he wants to make things happen to see them.
4 catches, 53 yards, and a 22-yard touchdown. Lavelle Wright, another one of those being celebrated today. The grad transfer, spent 3 years at UK, then went to Austin Peay before finding this place at WKU. He's got 5 carries, 13 yards, had a touchdown for the Hilltoppers to put them on the board in this ball game. And then the other one, Noah Myers scoring in the first half for WKU. Not quite being celebrated yet with these seniors, but one that the Hilltoppers hope to have around with the season that he's had at tight end, and all of it being led by the redshirt freshman at quarterback, Rodney Tisdale Jr., 17 for 23 through the air with 181 yards in his 2 scores.
Yeah, Noah Myers, man, he's funny, man. He's like, he said, I'm always open. I'm 24 hours open, like the regular Myers. So he look for the ball as much as he can.
WKU leading at 21-10 at the halftime break over MTSU. 100 years of the Big Red Marching Band at WKU being celebrated. They brought in the alumni, and boy, we could tell it from up here in the press box, Terry. They are bringing it.
Oh, man, it's like a pounding. You can tell the difference. You can hear the sound and the vibration and everything. They probably need to keep this going.
I think it helps when you're celebrating 100 miles of hate as well, with a 21-10 halftime lead with those rivals from 100 miles down the road in Murfreesboro. MTSU, the Blue Raiders looking to pick up their first win on the road at WKU since 2012, and what would also be their first win in Conference USA this season. They've lost 6 straight overall since their lone win at Nevada, but 4 of those 6 have been by 1 score, 3 of them by a field goal or less. I mentioned this earlier. They're tied for 12th in the country for most one-score games played in, but they're tied for 112th in the country in terms of winning percentage in those one-score games at just 1-4 on the season. What is going to be the biggest key, Terry, for the breakthrough to happen today? How is it going to happen for Gagliano and the Blue Raiders?
Yeah, right now they're right in the thick of it. They're in the game, but that defensive line is going to have to shore up. It's not really been the same like it's been before. They've been pretty tight in other games, but the defensive line hasn't been as stout, because I know they're missing a few players. But if they got to figure out, some couple of guys going to have to step up and make some big plays.
WKU with 84 yards on the ground. They only average 122 per game, but that has been ticking up over time as they've really found this trio of backs with Parrish, Wright, and Hart, and they've got K.D. Hutchinson involved with a big sweep play for a gainer of 21. He's got 30 yards on the ground to go along with his 39 receiving yards in this game. The second half of play, it comes your way right after this. 21-10, WKU leads it at the break. 11-point lead as we get set to start the second half. WKU with the edge over MTSU. As you take a look at the numbers, MTSU statistically the edge in all the departments, Terry, but the one thing that I mentioned coming into this, they have dominated time of possession since Rodney Tisdale came in there at quarterback, and that's been the same case today.
Yeah, that's been the big thing, though, because they went in the other statistics. I mean, they're 204 in passing and 293 total yardage, but it's kind of tight there. 3 for 7 in third downs, 4 for 7 for WKU. But the time of possession is, yeah, you're right. There's about a 5-minute difference, and WKU has been able to methodically drive the ball down the field.
You remove that last sack on the final play of the half for MTSU, and WKU would have given up over 300 yards of offense in the first half to a Blue Raider team that's averaging 333 total yards per game on the season. It has been a fresh breath of life with the redshirt freshman quarterback Roman Gagliano, who will take over as MTSU will start the second half with possession after the touchback from Jack Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what MTSU come up with a true identity and get their quarterback excited about doing it. Gagliano, they want to be spread tempo, RPO heavy, 11 personnel. They want to get there 70% of the snaps, and they need to get that, and they need to get it into the playmakers' hands so they can make plays. And like you highlighted earlier, Cam Lacey, he's got to get the ball to him. You got to get the ball to some of the other players that they need out there.
Well, missing their two best playmakers in Middlebrook, the running back, and then Najee Cox at receiver. We weren't told about Cox. We did learn about Middlebrook beforehand, as here they quickly work it on the outside to Lacey. As you mentioned, makes one man miss, make it two down the right sideline. Another one of those big plays, won't technically go down as an explosive, felt explosive to watch Lacey shoot out of that cannon and make something happen to move the chains on the first play of the half.
Lacey is racy and spacey. Boy, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, what twinkle toes on the sideline, but he got a burst on him.
Well, and they said he stepped out back at the 33-yard line, so walk that back, make it 2nd and 2. They let that thing go until he was near the 45.
So now they're in a good down. I mean, you got to take some shots to get it. Run that post route and get them guys one-on-one, or get the ball underneath the Jones, or get it deep if you can.
He's going to throw the jump ball, contact back and forth, flag comes in. That should be pass interference against WKU. There was a lot of hand fighting going on. It's been physical out there. This time Walker was the one that wanted the flag.
Yeah, no, that's what you like, though. I like the one-on-one.
Pass interference. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, you see what happens when you go one-on-one. It's not like I just want to be throwing deep to throwing deep. The reason you do it, you got the opportunity to catch the ball. There's going to be some type of penalty. The percentages are way in favor of the offense when you go deep like that.
Walker still nearly able, reeled it in with one hand. He's got one catch for 21 yards so far. They've been looking to him deep. This offense looking by far the most explosive that it has this season, and it's really not close.
And they're trying to get back to the quick passing play. If that happens, you got to run.
There it is, the quick slant underneath. It's caught. First man misses, and you can count that for 6. Nobody's going to catch Miles Butler. They go to the quick passing game, and instead of a 5-yard gain, it's a 52-yard touchdown.
Yeah, man. If you on the line of scrimmage, I saw that WKU snuck up on the line of scrimmage. He got one-on-one, got the ball out quick, and it's just all she wrote because there was no safety help on that.
There was one chance for that tackle. It was missed, and Butler gone. His second touchdown of the season, just had his first one against FIU. And how about that from the Blue Raiders to start the second half? They score in 51 seconds, make it 264 yards on 15 completions for Gagliano.
Yeah, they've been very explosive. They're scoring. They're making plays. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be an entire fight.
They're going to go for 2 to try to make it a field goal game. The quick out to no avail. WKU gets the stand on the 2-point conversion. Is on Lee, wraps him up and tosses him out of bounds.
Yeah, but to get back in that game really on a strike like that gives MTSU some type of confidence.
Was the right idea, just caught it short of the goal line and really didn't have a chance to get in there. Ali was all over it.
Yeah, exactly. They just tried to get a quick out, and it didn't happen. And now Coach Mason again is really upset about what's going on. yelling at the referees. I'm surprised they don't throw a penalty at him, because there's no way you talk to a referee like that and you get away with it. I am so surprised. I know we get heated, but he needs to have a get-back coach right now.
Well, if there's one thing you know about Coach Mason, he doesn't care about the record. He doesn't care about the score. He is going to coach this thing to the end.
Yeah, he's definitely fiery, but he needs a get-back coach to pull his coattails. Somebody's got to pull him back, because he's going to, when it's critical time, he's going to put his team in a situation to get a penalty when it's going to count.
Now, how do the Hilltoppers respond after MTSU throws the first punch of the second half? Slow first quarter, but both teams have ramped it up since then. It has been all offense since the opening frame, as WKU will let this one fly through and take over at the 25.
Yeah, he boomed that one. It seemed like the wind is settling a little bit, and hope they can get the football out. And now it's up to this defense to try to make some plays to get them back into it. But also WKU has got to come out and do the same thing. And you don't have to panic. Just go out there and drive the football, run it like you did early. And if they give you the passes, get the balls out.
When we talk about the players missing for MTSU on offense, no Shakai Woods tonight, 43 tackles from his DT spot, missing their two star linebackers, Muaz Bayard, the brother of Kevin Bayard, and Alex Mitchell as well, who had 28 tackles on the season, did not play against FIU. Tisdale looking deep down the right side. Henry one-on-one, comes back to get it. He's got another big play, 5th catch of the game for Henry. That one to the 44 of MTSU.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed right now. I mean, great throw. I think it was really the throw by Tisdale, that back shoulder pass, getting it back to him, because that's the only way you can get it. When you get him to stop like that, that makes a huge difference. Now you can set him up for this double move. If you give him a stop and go or hitch and go like your sluggo, and get Henry to go deep on him, because he's vulnerable for that now.
They've got it isolated on the left side, instead throwing right. Henry is wide open underneath, and he trots down to the 30-yard line, was picked up by no one.
Yeah, but you strike fear. King Henry is out there. I mean, you take me deep that many times, I'm giving you some cushion. I'm giving you at least 20 yards. He gave him so much yards. Just throw the ball underneath if he's giving that away.
It was cleared out by Hutchinson. Henry down to the 30. That one goes for 14 yards.
And this is the Hutchinson special here. They're looking for him. Oh.
Goes to Barry, and it's off the hands and incomplete.
Wow, I'm glad he got that ball out. But now that defensive line is starting to bring a lot of pressure now. They're starting to, most of the time, MTSU do not rush more than 4 or 5. They don't bring a lot of blitzes because their defensive line is very strong. But they haven't been able to get back there, so they started to use some of the safeties to come down to blitz.
Henry, the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen, trips up to the top left.
And they're giving Noah Meyer a lot of room. I would expect him they're probably trying to get in the tight end.
Play action. This one goes underneath. This time it's caught. Wrestling for more yardage is Barry. They're going to mark him just short of the 15-yard line. It's another first down. Tisdale picking this defense apart right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like these mesh routes, these combinations between Noah and Barry, and it was excellent. But also too, these half rollouts is confusing MTSU on that. And WKU like to do this when they got one-on-one at the top. They either go to the fade route or they just do some type of mesh route with the wide receivers.
Tisdale takes the snap, gets it out of the backfield. Parrish 10. And he's down near the first down marker. We'll see where he stepped out. Going to get him just short of the 8, so it's not enough for a first down, but it's an 8-yard catch for Parrish, who is so dangerous as a pass catcher out of the backfield. Only a couple catches for 7 yards against New Mexico State, but he's now up to 31 catches on the season.
Yeah, I'm like how they get him back into the football game. And then now you got Hart. They like to pound the ball when they get Big Hart in there. He's not a diamond. He's not a spade. He likes to run with Hart, or even pass protection. When you have one-on-one out here, I mean, you have space, and if you compact it, you got to run these routes and get these guys in the mix.
Tisdale is going to keep it on the design run all the way, and he trots in for the score. Rodney Tisdale Jr. threw their way down the field, but he keeps it himself for the score, his 3rd touchdown of the game overall.
Yeah, great design. You got Hart out there leading on the block. Great job. And use that, you said it too, Tisdale. Use his speed and his athleticism kind of to change the game.
They've used it sparingly in this ball game. Had a big run earlier for 8 yards on a little read play. This time trots it in for 6 from about the same range, and they'll mark it as officially an 8-yard touchdown for Rodney Tisdale Jr. We wondered what the response would be from WKU. I don't know if you could draw it up any better than that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I'm impressed right now with these redshirt freshman quarterbacks.
Oh, my goodness.
They're coming out here. I don't know who's going to be get the Conference USA Player of the Week. Both of them are competing for that this week.
It's going to come down, I think, to who wins this ball game. They're dueling for the win. They're dueling for Conference USA Freshman of the Week, and they're dueling for the 75th edition of 100 Miles of Hate. WKU now at the edge, 28-16.
Being strong doesn't mean going through it alone.
Mental health matters, just like physical health.
It's okay to feel overwhelmed.
It's okay to ask for help.
Talking to someone can change everything.
Your mind needs care too.
No shame, no stigma, just support.
We're teammates on and off the field.
Your story matters.
You are not alone.
We see you, we support you.
Let's break the silence together. Mental health is part of the game. Let's continue the conversation.
No throw here. Velkamp to the end zone. Touchdown!
Whether you're traveling for work or leisure, Three Springs Hospitality is your home away from home. Each hotel is unique and offers a variety of different amenities to all types of travelers. Parking and Wi-Fi are always free. Plus, select hotels offer complimentary breakfast. The best part is WKU's campus is 10 minutes away from any of our hotels. So be sure to book your travel in the Fan Zone Travel Center on WKU Athletics website. Book your stay today.
WKU is home for big dreamers, for those who shape the future, who set their sights high, accept challenges, fuel their passions, for those with a desire to create a better tomorrow. You don't come here to prepare for one thing. You come here to prepare for everything. You belong on this hill, where we engage, learn, grow, and celebrate together. Climb with us at Western Kentucky University.
We're welcome back by Don't Stop Believin', playing as the song of the game here inside of Houchin Smith Stadium. If you're MTSU under head coach Derek Mason, well, I got a feeling they won't stop believing. It's been a shootout as it's developed into it. 28-16, WKU leads it over MTSU. We have played 3 minutes and 1 second in this second half of football, and we've already seen 2 touchdown drives. Tyler Eaton joined by Terry Obie up top. Realistically, Terry, at some point this game is going to come down to if and when somebody decides to make a stop.
Or a turnover,
Yeah.
if it's going to have to be something like that. But really, they're fighting. They're throwing big blows. I mean, it's a heavyweight fight.
Cassidy drills another one through the end zone. I think he had enough of us mentioning those touchbacks and not driving them through.
Yeah, speaking of blows there, you know, he kicked that one in the back of the end zone.
So WKU will head back out defensively against the redshirt freshman Gagliano. 15 for 23 through the air, 264 yards, a couple of touchdowns. The latest one, a 52-yard strike to Miles Butler, who has really stepped into that top wide receiver role alongside Cameron Lacey with no Najee Cox. Today for the Blue Raiders, missing their top wide receiver and their star running back, who has been the best pass-catching running back in the entire country coming into this week with 37 catches. They try to work it outside here, and the Hilltoppers break that up maybe a yard.
Yeah, it looked like Ward on that. I mean, he's very physical out there, stringing that out, great speed and not getting beat out on contain. When you turn that ball in, I mean, that's when everybody give you one of those sticker helmets.
Well, and you might have seen at the end of the play, A.J. Jones kind of patted his chest to take responsibility for that one on the MTSU side. Didn't hold that block against Ward, and he was able to break loose and make the play. Just a gain of 1. Quick pass here comes on the near side. Back to Butler, and again blown up the Hilltoppers. Secondary coming up to tackle. I say secondary. That one made by Brackenridge, who can play like he's in the secondary, but they use him in that hybrid linebacker spot.
Yeah, Brackenridge is like breaking a bridge, man. He's so physical, man. He comes up there and try to knock your head off, and I like how he plays the football game, running around and very physical. And let's see a little wrinkle. I haven't noticed as much as the wrinkles here at WKU. They've been really the same, but okay, now they're shifting to the NCAA blitz and see if they're going to get out of it, if they're going to bring all these people. In an A, B, C, D gap. That's NCAA, all the letters in the alphabet, see if they bring their people.
They only bring 3. They drop back 3 and have a spy as well, and it does not matter. Gagliano again threads the needle, and the Blue Raiders able to move the chains. No shocker either. Again, it's Miles Butler.
Yeah, Gagliano is stepping in the pocket. The offensive line gave him a lot of time to throw the ball. You're right, Butler is in the house too, making plays with his hands, and third down, you cannot let them get out of there like that. But MTSU was fighting back, and when you put Jones down here in this slot like tight, they usually send him in motion and bring him around and try to get him up the seam.
5 catches for 83 yards for Butler. They're going to keep it on the ground, going right side. Good push that time from that MTSU front now without one of their starters on the left side in Van Rensburg. Pushes it up for a good 5-yard gain.
Yeah, they're really getting pushy right here. I mean, you're talking about blows to blows. This is a heavyweight fight. We might have to start calling 100 miles a heavyweight fight. I mean, this is the Thriller in Bowling Green.
That was DJ Taylor on the carry. They've rotated 3 different backs.
Look like man-to-man.
Middlebrook. Slant, that one's caught this time. The Hilltoppers able to wrap up and make the tackle. That was about the same play that we saw. Butler was able to break loose and score a touchdown. Kent Robinson that time wraps up and secures the tackle. Excuse me, it was Dave Harrod from his safety spot that makes the tackle, and it's still enough to move the chains, though.
Yeah, I mean, MTSU is doing a great job. Coach Mason, he's really good at that quick game, because that quick game just forces you to get the ball out quick so a blitz can't get to you fast enough. It's already built in. They call that a side adjust.
Handoff goes right side again, spinning down near the 40-yard line goes Taylor. We had noted this at halftime as we were talking, Terry, just 5 carries for the running backs in that opening half for MTSU, and they've really started to rely particularly on Taylor here in the second half.
And they're doing well, too. And you know who I like really that tackle outside is on the right side. Ellis Adams is doing a great job of power driving and moving the line of scrimmage.
Well, you can do that when you're 6'4", 378 pounds. Gagliano fires one downfield, has a man behind the coverage, but a diving effort to get in there and break it up, as that ball was just slightly underthrown, but 2 flags down in the backfield. Was going to come back either way. We got a hold.
Yeah, there was a holding back there. You can't grab guys.
You can see there briefly on the replay, Harper Holloman was just dragged down to the ground. Holloman, the second-rated edge player in Conference USA, leads WKU with 4 quarterback hits and also leads with 4 passes deflected. He does a good job of knowing when he can get to the passer and knowing when to hold up, and that was what J.J. Watt used to specialize in, of just holding up and knocking down those passes at the line.
Exactly. I mean, especially if you can't get to the quarterback, that's great. Yeah, 56 is coming back in with a penalty, right? I mean, you got people hurt, so you got to have some changes. The big thing is what Middle Tennessee's been able to do is 2nd and 15 and 3rd and long, they're able to get the ball out.
Gagliano trying to get away. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing else. The Hilltoppers now finding ways to contain here against the scrambling Gagliano. It's Rylan Suafilo that brings him down that time.
And Vincent Sneed out there too. You got combination, man. Vincent Sneed has a need for speed. He's very fast out there moving around the edge. He's one of those guys that's very athletic too. Those combination makes a difference.
Well, and WKU has been trying to find all season the right combination to generate pressure, and if they can do it with just those 4 guys, sometimes 3 up on that front, that's all they want. That is music to co-defensive coordinators Davis Merritt and Devon Brown.
And what's been exciting is MTSU has been very successful on these 3rd downs. 3rd and long, they've been able to get enough time.
Gagliano fires, has an open man. It's caught, and stretching out for the first down again is Miles Butler. Have a day. He's tied a season high with 7 catches, already had a season high in yardage, and now he's up over 100 for the game.
Yeah, I mean, they've been incredible with, I mean, that's almost impossible for 3rd and long to get out of that every time. 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16. They've been able to get that and keep themselves in this football game.
Now 5 for 9 overall on 3rd downs are the Blue Raiders.
But I am surprised they haven't been aggressive to do that on 1st down.
Gagliano pitches it out on the right side. Big hole generated that time for Taylor. He gets down inside the 15, made a man miss it. He's going to trot it in for 6.
Yes, he laid the hammer down right there. I mean, they have other running backs, but they got other guys on scholarship. That was impressive.
And again, it was Adams leading the way on that right side. Got some help from the tight end, kept his man down on the ground, and Taylor takes off for his first rushing touchdown of the season. Caught a touchdown against Jacksonville State.
Yeah, and that run right there was tailor-made, man. He ran over a few people, bulldozing down. They are not trying to quit. They're not giving up at all.
It's his biggest play of the season. Previous long rush was 30. That one goes for 34. And again, it's the big plays for a Middle Tennessee State team that could not find them anywhere in the first 9 games of the season. They're getting them left and right against this WKU defense that actually came into this game second in Conference USA in terms of how many double-digit yardage plays they were giving up. But MTSU continues to stay tight in this one, this time off the toss. It's DJ Taylor that takes it to the house. The Blue Raiders finding the run game in the second half, but still trail it by 5 to the Hilltoppers of WKU. An MTSU offense coming into this game averaging less than 5 yards per play with their backup quarterback, running backs, and without their #1 receiver, averaging nearly 10 yards per play in this game against WKU. They still trail it on the stat that matters the most, Terry Obie, the scoreboard, 28-23, WKU leading, but so far it just continues to be on the Hilltopper offense to put up points to keep this lead against MTSU.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know why we call them backups, because the backups are playing like they're the starters, so you never know until kids get an opportunity.
We said it earlier in the half, it's just going to come down to whoever gets a stop first. And WKU will take over at their own 25-yard line. We've had 3 drives in the second half, all of them touchdowns. The first 2 took a combined 3 minutes. That time MTSU, really their first drive of the game where they've just fully possessed it and moved the ball down the field. They've cut the time of possession edge to about 1:30. WKU had dominated that for the majority of this game. And as much as you would love explosive plays either way or a long, draining drive, if you're the Hilltoppers, it really doesn't matter how you get there. You just got to continue to rack up points.
Exactly. I mean, they continue to do that. But you know the mistake that they're making, like MTSU do well, and then all of a sudden you got one-on-one with Henry, isolated by himself. When they go 3-by-1, they're trying to get the ball to Henry some way.
It's a quick screen out on the left side. This time, the Blue Raiders able to bottle it up for a gain of 4.
Yeah. So they just trying to set up. They just trying to get them eyes. So we call it when you got 3 receivers to the boundary, meaning to the short side, you're just trying to isolate one-on-one with the receiver and open for the field play to have you more room. But the safety's kind of creeping over there a little bit now.
4th catch for Hutchinson. Tisdale, he's going to hand it off this time. Nice job cutting back by Wright. He barrels through up across the 40 to the 42, make it the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Lavelle Wright, I mean, what a great run. I mean, he's running over people, man. Lavelle Wright, that offensive line on the left side helped him on that. But he wasn't a minivan right there. He looked like a Mack truck on that.
6 foot 222, and that's what he does. You do not want to meet him helmet to helmet in the open field.
No, you don't want to get him in that situation.
14-yard carry for Wright. Tisdale flushed out, floats it off underneath. Wright couldn't hold on. It was a bit high and a bit hot. Would have been his 10th catch of the season. Instead, it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they had him on that what they call a slip screen. Because right now MTSU overplayed that in the slip screen on the backside. What you do is you have the running back look like he's getting ready to block and he kind of slip out. So that's what we call a slip screen.
Already 7 different Hilltoppers with catches in this game. 10 have been targeted. They'll spread it out.
Cover 3. I mean, you're right here at the top. When you got 3 receivers side, you just do a curl route and get the ball to your playmakers or a double move.
Double move from Henry down the right side. Beats his man. He's got it down to the 20-yard line. When you're stuck on Henry Island, there is no escape.
No mercy at the King Island.
You called the double move.
The double move
one-on-one
was
down
one-on-one.
the right side.
Because he was vulnerable. Because what happens, he's going to bite over every move because he's getting beat deep. He's so scared and afraid. And I would still go. Now you get back to those options to get it back to your other guys.
They work it outside on the screen that's set up. Driving forward is Jairus Mack. His 4th catch of the ball game. Henry now with 7 catches for 135 yards.
You know, I'm liking this kind of this half rollout pass. He's putting him in a great situation. We haven't seen that all year where he looked like he's going to run the ball and he throw it and gives him options. So all you do is extend the option. And you get the options, and you always look at 3. Even in basketball, it's like what you call a triangle. If you got high, intermediate, deep, and it's all about triangles.
Mack is tied a season high in catches with 4. 4 Hilltopper receivers have at least 4 catches in this game. This time they go up the middle, tripped up, but getting across the 10 still is Wright. He's down to the 9-yard line, and that'll be just enough to move the chains.
Yeah, I mean, Lavelle goes left sometime, but he's always right when he go right. I mean, first down right there, and you put him back in these crossing routes, and you got everybody deep, and then you got Noah. Look, you think about Noah's right there sitting, the Stower Myers right sitting underneath the tackle outside. So get Tisdale out on a rollout or say moving or switch up and run that football to the left side.
They move Parrish over to running back, bring a man in motion. Parrish is going to get the direct snap. He's down to the 5-yard line where he's met by a sea of blue and white.
Yeah, that surprised me. I mean, they went on the right side, but the left side, it seemed like it was open because MTSU had shifted their defensive linemen on that side of the ball.
Well, and Jairus Mack, who was the receiver in motion there, seemed to think the same thing. He came off clapping his hands. They've got Henry outside, bunched up on the left with the slot receiver, in this case, Musa Berry.
Yeah, I mean, it's sprint it out to those guys, your playmakers, right? Get those guys in vicarious position, get them in a tough spot underneath.
Tisdale stands in. He's going to be wrapped up and tossed down from behind. Brandon Buckner gets in for his 2nd sack of the ball game.
Yeah, that was a cover sack, though. I mean, he had plenty of time for the offensive line, gave him plenty enough time to throw the ball, but he's got to have the clock has got to go off in his mind and get that ball out of his hands.
His father, Brenson, played 12 years in the NFL at defensive tackle. Brandon, 6 foot, 248-pound outside linebacker. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 8. Trips to the left side, one-on-one at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, man, why are they doing this and letting Henry go one-on-one?
It's batted away that time. That's a rare chance you'll see a one-on-one with Matthew Henry lost. It was played well the entire way that time by McDonald.
Yeah, but that's on Tisdale. Don't throw a back shoulder pass. Throw the fade. Get the ball up in the air. You see Henry was like, get the ball up in the air. Up, 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 up.
And he didn't put any – it wasn't even the spot where he threw it to. He rifled it in there.
Yeah, exactly.
He threw a fastball when you needed a changeup.
Yeah, exactly. You need some air on the football that time, one-on-one. He had him beat. Just throw it like over the shoulder so he can catch the football and make a play.
Will be a 26-yard kick for John Cannon. He's been perfect on his extra points. That one hits the post and is no good. Off the right post.
Wow.
The chip shot from 26 yards misses for John Cannon. Now 11 for 15 on the season on his kicks. We said somebody would have to find a way to make a stop. That's not how you draw it up, but Coach Mason absolutely delighted as Blue Raiders will take over with a chance to take a lead on this drive. They trail it, though, 28-23.
Hilltopper fans, show the world you're a Hilltopper and take the Big Red Spirit wherever you go with the official WKU Athletics debit card. Available only at South Central Bank. South Central Bank is proud to support Western Kentucky University and be the exclusive provider of the official WKU Athletics debit card. Stop by any location and ask about yours today. South Central Bank, the official debit card provider for WKU Athletics. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Houchins Insurance Group is an insurance broker that focuses specifically on commercial insurance, but we represent all areas of insurance.
If you go down our hallway, you'll see all of our nameplates and our job titles are listed as owner. And that is truly the foundation of our culture, and I think that's what our customers experience every day through our products and services.
We are superior in service and quality. We've got to provide the best resources for our clients day in, day out.
MTSU takes over at their own 20-yard line after the missed 26-yard field goal off the leg of John Cannon. That the shortest miss that he's had this season of his 4. MTSU trailing it by 5, but this offense has been on fire to start the second half. Back-to-back scoring drives. As a team, they've now racked up 438 yards in 45 plays.
Yes, WKU has not been able to stop him, and MTSU has been doing a great job of splitting down the field, especially on third downs, third and long. They're able to make plays.
They're going to start this drive out with a run. WKU had it snuffed out at first, but it'll turn into a gain of 1, and that's where a lot of the success has come from as well. Obviously, the big 34-yard touchdown run from Taylor, but they've been able to get these running backs involved, Terry. Maybe it kind of took a half for MTSU to find a way to get the running backs into the game without Middlebrook, their star, as we see Harper Holloman, one of the stars for WKU defensively, down after the play. We'll see if we can see how here.
Yeah, he made a really good play on that too, though, and it seemed like he got rolled up on his knee a little bit. I hope he's okay, but he made a great job of containing outside and forcing the run to go inside.
And then after he was down, Wester, the linebacker, came in and landed on top of him as well. Holloman has had a fantastic year for WKU. He's got 3 tackles in this game for the Hilltoppers. Couple of sacks on the season, up to 30 total tackles from that edge spot where it was clear to the coaches that he was a guy with a lot of potential. Even last year, he only played in 8 games, had 9 tackles, but they knew coming into this season that he was going to be one to watch on this defense, and he's now hit the 3 tackle mark in 8 of their 10 games.
Yeah, and he's very physical too. I mean, he turned that play inside, and that's the job of a defensive end like that, or linebacker, or what they call edge, is to make sure you force everything inside of you so that all the pursuit, the people that are inside, make the tackle.
We'll see if he comes back in at any point for WKU, who go back to that traditional 3-man front with the 3 safeties in the back end as well, just trying to protect against all these big plays in the passing game that MTSU has been able to rack up. Gagliano looks underneath. That's how you beat that coverage, but fired that one, I think, before Butler was ready, and it was a bit behind him too.
Yeah, and that's the first time. That was a missed throw on that one. But what they have been really consistent with is the 3rd down. I mean, they have been unbelievable right now. MTSU 5 for 9. Their efficiency has been incredible, man. I mean, especially 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, but you can't drop. I think you got to bring pressure on them because WKU haven't done that. If you sit back and give him time, he'll get you. So we'll see what they're going to do on this down.
Had only been 34% on 3rd downs coming into today. That's near the bottom of Conference USA. They drop it off underneath. They're going to have enough for the 1st down here as WKU brought the pressure, as you mentioned, and MTSU had the answer in the form of the tight end Tipton.
Yeah, they've been consistently getting out of these 3rd and long. I haven't seen a team, they haven't done that all year, and that is incredible. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. It's really advantageous for a defense to be in that situation, and WKU haven't executed all night.
When we saw this with the touchdown that Butler was able to score, and there we see it with Ali one-on-one with the tight end, WKU putting their secondary in positions where there's only one guy that's going to have a chance to make a tackle. Back to the ground game for MTSU, and it's nearly enough for another 1st down. DJ Taylor has really taken over this running back spot in the second half. Hardly played in the first half. It was Hunt to start the ball game, and then the freshman Clemens got a lot of run late in that first half. But they've brought in Taylor here in the second half, and he has run it extremely well, up to 6 carries for 55 yards.
Yeah, and that right side, even that tackle, man, Ellis Adams is bulldozing on the right side. They should stay on that side because he's been really consistent.
Making his 34th career start at Tennessee Tech, but WKU breaks through the offensive line that time to get the sack. It's Jalen Wester coming up from the linebacker spot.
Yeah, really that's one of the first time they've really brought a lot of pressure tonight. MTSU has been having a really good time, and a lot of time back there. Now it's 3rd and 4, that's manageable. It might be difficult for them, because they used to be in 3rd and 9, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 4. See what type of combination they're going to do here.
Got a wide receiver to the right, 1, 2 to the left.
Now let's see what happens when they bring pressure.
Gagliano rolls, fires, it's batted down at the line. Holloman, the one that usually does it. This time it's Brackenridge.
Yeah, I mean, see, so that was the first time WKU brought pressure on 3rd down and 3rd and 4. And now it's one of those. Now it's one of these games that now the offense is getting stopped.
Well, we wondered who would make a stop first. It was MTSU with the missed field goal, and now they're stacking on top of each other as the Hilltoppers able to make a stand and force a Blue Raider punt.
And Tyler, you said that earlier. I think you're a magician. You might be a fortune teller or a prophet. You said they haven't thrown any kind of trickeration on special teams. We got to keep our eyes way for that because we haven't seen that yet. And this is almost to steal a possession maybe one of these times.
Only the second punt of the game for Logan. The first one was a low one that he pinned inside the 20. This one a high booming one, as you said, and it's pinned down at the 12-yard line. Ashton Logan has done a really, really good job of that this season. He's now downed 21 punts inside the 20-yard line. The redshirt junior spent time at Colorado, Oklahoma, was the 9th-ranked punter in the class of 2021. They let him throw a pass in that game against FIU. It was incomplete, but there did his job, Terry, by flipping the field with a big 53-yard punt.
I mean, that was a boom. I mean, actually the wind calmed down. The great opportunity to make something happen. And I guess it's going to be the King Henry show because I don't think they really recognize what's going on because they're going to keep him one-on-one down here.
Right, churning forward. WKU was gone to their power back in this second half as well. He's up to the 19-yard line to bring the third quarter to a close. We were treated to firework after firework in those third 15 minutes. What does the fourth quarter have in store? Can MTSU break through and get their first conference win, or can WKU stay in the title hunt? We find out together after this. WKU seeking their 40th Conference USA win under 7th-year head coach Tyson Helton, trying as well to move to 6-1 in the conference rankings. One of those top two are going to fall tonight. It's Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State in the biggest game in Conference USA so far this season, although, Terry, that might just be eclipsed in the final week of the season when WKU heads to Jack State.
Yeah, that's another thing. And then look at Missouri State is creeping in there too. I mean, they're doing a good job.
Get them in a bowl game, man. What are we talking about?
What you mean you got to wait? Let them go.
Same applies to Delaware. If they take care of business today, to be bowl eligible as well. As we get back underway, Tisdale fires over on the right side. He's got his tight end Myers. That'll move the chains for WKU, leading at 28-23, taking over after forcing the first punt of this second half.
Yeah, I'm liking how they get Myers involved in a football game and spreading the ball all the way around. But they still don't know right now. I mean, if you still going to deal with Henry, hey, Tisdale's going to eventually see him again.
They go back to the run game.
Oh, my goodness.
Breaking loose across the 50, 40, 30 sideline. Are they going to catch Parrish? They finally knock him down at the 10-yard line. Parrish had sat there on the sideline waiting as Lavelle Wright got all the carries to start this second half. They bring back in the freshman Parrish, and what a move in the backfield to break that one loose.
What we call is a jump cut to the outside. He used his feet and was able to go there, but you got to also give credit to that offensive line, that left side of that offensive line, making things, the left tackle, Marshall Jackson, of course, and Lawrence Seymour over there, that guard, and they made a huge difference down there. And right now, I hope this guy is okay down here, and we don't have those penalties for taking in the fourth quarter. They're starting to do that hope he's not hurt.
Couldn't tell if it was Diare McDonald who was in there on the tackle that stayed down. There were a couple of Blue Raiders in there that finally hit Parrish and took him down. Officially, they've got it spotted at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that speed kills, man. I mean, he said he was trying to not go to church. He was going to the parish.
66 yards. That one goes for Marvis Parrish, nearly his new longest run of the season. He had a 74-yard performance against FIU.
Yeah, he was going north and south. That was 66. That wasn't Highway 66. It's east and west, right?
Now they've got it all added up. You can make it season highs, 108 yards for Parrish. New longest run, 66 yards. His first time breaking 100 on the ground as a Hilltopper. It's right back in there at the right hip of Rodney Tisdale at the 7-yard line.
And I would try to get that ball, get him to sprint out right and get that ball to his playmaker's hand. If not, throw it away.
Was looking for Hutchinson as the first man down there. It falls incomplete. We got a flag down on the near side of the field. That was away from the action. We'll see if it's something on the offensive line on the left side of that play.
And if they were holding big number 92, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but you couldn't really
There
tell.
is no foul for ineligible receiver downfield. The quarterback legally threw the ball out of bounds. There is no intentional grounding either. Second down.
Well, I guess there were two penalties on the table there. Neither of them are what we thought they were. So it'll be second and goal for WKU at the 7.
So this right here is important for MTSU to stay in this game. When you got these three receiver sets, when they tight like this, they've usually been running reverses or something like that. But if they do more, the WKU love those mesh routes across the middle.
Tisdale fires it across the middle, and it's picked off. It looked like it was a chance for a catch for Hutchinson, but it's picked off, and it's going the other way. 50, Hutchinson chasing him down and makes the tackle out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Wow.
There's a flag way behind the play. It'll be for something during the return. It's picked off by Parker Hughes, and what a game Parker Hughes has had. Everything has gone so fast. I'm glad we get the chance to say his name. 10 tackles to lead the way for the Blue
result
Raiders,
of the play is an interception. It'll be first down, Middle Tennessee State. Sideline warning, Middle Tennessee State. There is no yardage on that. That's a warning. First down, Middle Tennessee State.
That was a big play by Hughes. I mean, throwing the pick underneath. He saw that route, but you know what? It was a good throw. He just didn't catch it.
Yep. Hughes was the beneficiary, the team captain with now 230 career tackles at MTSU in his 5th year.
Yeah, that's a change of things. That put MTSU right back in the game. This is a game that you want to watch and you want to see, because right now the WKU had them on the ropes, and then MTSU comes up with a huge turnover. We talked about that.
Now, how will Gagliano take advantage? He's 20 for 30 with 313 yards. He keeps it. Out of the 30, bounces outside, 25 down the sideline. He has the first down, but a flag
like a penalty,
comes
mostly
in.
a penalty, yeah. Blocking downfield, holding. See, MTSU, when they're doing well like this, you cannot
holding. Number 82,
yourself.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
And these are the ways in which you see a team that has played in so many close games and not been able to break through and win them, just 1-4 in one-score games. Penalties like that are why.
Yeah, that really gets you on the outside.
And that's the second hold against the tight end Tipton.
And when you grab someone, if you get beat, I mean, he was already outside. I don't know if you want to do that.
So it'll be 1st and 20 now, ball at the 36-yard line of WKU after the interception.
MTSU has been like 62 yards in penalties, and that's been hurting them.
Jump ball thrown up down the right side. It's a one-on-one, and coming back to get it is the freshman Collins. There are two flags in the backfield.
Like
it's probably going to be a roughing the passer. What a catch by the 6'2 freshman from Knoxville.
Man, what a kid when got that. You got Moss. What a great play out there, making plays for his team right there, for his quarterback. Jump ball.
Personal
Collins,
foul.
a player that
roughing the passer. Number 34, defense. Penalty is enforced. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run.
Wow.
Automatic first down.
Automatic
As we
first
get
down.
the roughing the passer called. Collins had not had a catch until the FIU game. Had 4 catches for 20 yards in that ball game. Comes from pedigree. His father played at Tennessee. Had a couple of uncles that both played in the NFL. It's easy to see why you bring in a guy like this. And it's so many guys like Collins, Terry, that are stepping up and having to make plays for MTSU. And the Blue Raiders are knocking on the door of taking the lead now down to the 2-yard line with the penalty.
And made a great adjustment on that. I mean, this right here is a great design for a quarterback keep.
Whistles blow, flag comes in. There was motion up front for
Ball
that
start.
Blue Raider line.
Number 74, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
MTSU, man, you're opportunistic, and then you just blow it for yourself with penalties. I mean, you don't want to have that loser limp, that loser mentality on that. You got to go in and be more focused on that.
They had brought in Joseph Hamanowski as an extra blocker. He moved. And now the Blue Raiders are back to the 7-yard line.
And now you got one-on-one with Ward. I mean, you got an opportunity to get that football, because you got everybody on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to bring pressure. He's going to try to get that ball up in the air.
He looks that way, throws it after delay. It's broken up.
Great job by Ward. He knew they were coming his way. He recognized it was man-to-man coverage. Yeah, Taylor didn't win on the line of scrimmage. Ward won that situation. One-on-one coverage. They were trying to get that ball out and get that ball out quick.
They had the name wrong from the PA. That was Landon Collins again that they were trying to go to, the freshman. They had Miles Butler on the bottom of your screen. Now he's going to be lined up in the slot at the top. I like this formation for MTSU with Jones out wide.
Yeah, you watch that matchup 6 against 6. I mean, Jones, they try to get,
It's a speed option, and it's devoured. WKU called the blitz the perfect time. Gagliano had no choice but to hold on and go down as Harrod and about half of the Hilltopper defense were in the backfield.
Oh, my goodness. You mean, that's a headache right there, boy. I mean, boy, if you're going to run the football as a quarterback, you better put on some different pads on that one.
It was 1st and goal at the 2. It's now 3rd and goal at the 10. Trips left. Isolated at the bottom of your screen is Collins. Gagliano looking left. Now fires across the middle. It's caught and diving forward, but unable to break through the tackle is DJ Taylor.
Yes, I think Middle Tennessee, I mean, it's still, you got a lot of time out. You need to get 3 points out here. 4th down, I don't think that would be very smart. You got to score 3 points. You got to get the 3 out of here.
I think Coach Mason heard you because they're going to bring the field goal unit on, and I think that's probably impacted by the decision very early in this game to go for it near midfield, and they turned it over on downs.
But also, too, you got to remember opportunity. I mean, if they're going to fake it, this would be a good opportunity to do that, too. So you got to be aware and wise, and I hope Coach Helton, he talked about it, that he's got to be aware of what they could possibly do.
The punter, Logan, is the holder. He doesn't try anything with it, and it's booted through and good by Jacob Hathaway. His second field goal of the ball game, now 9 for 11 on the season. The lead cut to 2, but the Hilltopper defense does what they do better than anybody in the country, holding teams to field goals in the red zone. They lead the country in that department, but the lead down to 2.
Attention Hilltoppers, Cheetah Clean Auto Wash is proud to support you with 7 convenient locations throughout Bowling Green and Glasgow. And now, we're offering a complete touchless wash at 763 Baker Fields Way. Detailing services at 2270 Scottsville Road and a 10-minute interior cleaning at our flagship location on Cave Mill Road in Bowling Green. Get unlimited access to any Cheetah Clean location for just $34.99 per month, plus free roadside assistance with all plans. Come see why the tops love Cheetah Clean today.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, Coach Prater, for always supporting me.
Thank you, Chestnut Ridge Middle School, for always teaching me to stay curious.
Thank you, Mrs. Love out of Trent Test Academy.
Thank you, Miss Cross, for everything, letting me be myself.
Thank you, Miss Young, for all the life lessons you gave me.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurdlove.
Thank you, Sean Witten, for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, teachers. You're appreciated.
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
Every day is game day for teachers.
Blue Moon Sanitation provides clean, friendly, and dependable sanitation services at a competitive rate. We proudly offer the newest inventory in units and trailers in the area. For job sites, small and large, we keep in stock multiple portable toilets and roll-off open-top dumpsters and compactors. Blue Moon also provides residential garbage services in Warren and Allen counties. We want your stinking business. Go to BlueMoonSoki.com to learn more about ours. Blue Moon Sanitation, the official porta potty of WKU.
I'm Victoria from Lincoln County, Tennessee, where growing up with my grandparents, I learned what hard work really meant. For me, college wasn't a given. It was a leap, and I took it. At MTSU, I studied abroad twice, interned in DC, and got curious on what my future could look like. I found people who believed in me and helped me believe in myself. MTSU showed me what is possible. I'm Victoria, and I'm true blue.
Last season, MTSU quarterback Nick Vattiato threw for 456 yards against WKU in a 49-21 loss, a career high. Here today, filling in for Vattiato in his first career start, Roman Gagliano has 460 total yards and has brought the Blue Raiders within 2 points. 28-26, the Hilltoppers lead it over MTSU as WKU was just on the doorstep of making this a 2-score game, but the interception from their star linebacker Parker Hughes flipped it into what really should have been a touchdown, Terry, for MTSU, but the Hilltopper defense did their job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was not on Tisdale, the quarterback, on that interception, though. Hutchinson's got to make sure he grabbed that and tuck it in. You know, we talk about holding that football as a possession as a baby. You catch and you hold it tight, but you don't squeeze it too hard. But he's got to catch it the first time. Go and tack that football.
WKU has still racked it up offensively as well, nearing 500 total yards in this game. 304 through the air for Tisdale, 184 on the ground as a team. Marvis Parrish with the career high as a freshman, 108 yards on the ground with that big 66-yard run that set up the interception that would follow.
And now you got to take a shot. You got to take a shot with Barry. I mean, there's nobody covering Barry at all.
They're going to keep it up the middle on the run. Gains a couple on first down.
And I hope they see that to the boundary, mean to the short side. MTSU is starting to be a little bit aggressive and sneaking that safety down. So WKU is going to have to win one-on-one with some of these receivers because they're going to have an opportunity to do that when those safeties sneak down like that.
WKU nearing their first 200-yard team performance on the ground already with a season high in rushing. Tisdale looking deep down the right side on the wheel route, unable to bring it in. on the over-the-shoulder try.
Oh,
is
Barry,
Musa Berry.
Man, you got to. I mean, that was an opportunity. We're calling your number. We're calling your name. You know, you're a wide receiver, wide retriever. When that ball goes in the air and it's thrown and it hits you in your hands, you got to make that play.
What a perfect throw from Tisdale.
You got to make that play. You got to make that play. He's counting on you to do that.
The efficiency has gone down from what it was in the first half. Now 25 for 37 with a couple of touchdowns and the one interception. His third and now 3 starts.
So now you got to get Tisdale on a rollout, but MTSU's got to make sure they're able to bracket and bring some pressure on the quarterback.
He goes to the left side, diving effort this time complete as he's able to connect with Jairus Mack for the first down.
Oh, the Mack attack. The Mack is back. What a great place. We call that the Ohio route. Underneath guys running the out route, outside guys running the deep route to get the safety off.
Tisdale misfired on that left side rollout on a third down in the first half. That time, a perfect connection to keep the drive alive to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, with the safeties high, now you got to be able to run the football now, WKU.
That's exactly what they're going to do, going to the left side, now pounding forward to the middle of the field to the 45-yard line. Goes George Hart.
And Hart runs real with a lot of heart, very physical. I mean, he's physical out there, but you don't have to grab everything at once. Tisdale, stay with the same sprint out formations and do it everything. But what MTSU has to do is be able to pass some of these routes along and try to get a surprise blitz or bring one of those safeties downs to bring pressure. But when you do that, you're vulnerable for some of the big plays.
They fake it to Hutchinson on the sweep as Tisdale pushes up to the 48-yard line. 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, great recognition by Tisdale. He saw that real early. Because when you notice, if you're looking at it, once they go in motion, if you see somebody go in motion, which you know is man-to-man coverage. And if it's man-to-man coverage, there's no one covering the quarterback. So he took that on his own hands and made sure he made a play. But MTSU has been stout on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They usually have 4 3-down linemen. Now they got 5 on the line of scrimmage. See what he's got to run. You got to go.
Tisdale going deep, has a man, it's caught. Down the sideline, Kelby Williams tripped up just short of the 5-yard line. They break it open, had the single back formation. MTSU pinched in, and Williams was able to cut loose down the sideline. There's his new longest catch of the season.
Yeah, and also, too, I don't know, Williams slowed down. If you keep that speed going, run. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. You slowed up to look back. Score, baby. Hit your head on the back of the goalpost.
Still sets up a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line on the 45-yard completion. Tisdale up to 361 yards for the game. Give him a career high. Every game he sets a new one. Tisdale rolling to his right. It's a designed run. Cuts it upfield, chopped down, and able to reach out and get to the 4.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? And we can't go back to that pass, but he had opportunity to score. You cannot look back. When you're driving on the freeway, you got to look in your rear view mirror, but you don't look all the way back and stop and turn. You got to look to the end zone.
That's one wide receiver speaking to another.
This the bunch tight. This is that Noah Myers special right here.
Parrish, the running back. Henry comes into motion. They fake it to him, pitch it out to Parrish, and that is going to be a massive, massive loss.
Wow.
Jaden Thompson sweeps into the backfield to make the play.
Yeah, they try to do that read. That was great. Thompson did a great job of making sure he stayed at home.
MTSU player down after the play as well. First tackle of the game for Thompson.
You know, those guys are like they're cramping up. You know, I don't know.
And it looks like it might be the linebacker Parker Hughes that's down there. And for a team that's already missing a couple of linebackers, Hughes had the big interception earlier. You cannot afford for him to miss much time on the field, if any at all. And knowing him, team captain, 5th-year player, he's going to do everything he can to be out there in the game.
Yeah, it looked like he's cramping up. They're giving him some water and little electrolytes and to try to get him back in the football game. Give his team a little, he's a captain too, he's a smart player. Give his team a little breather too.
Hilltopper fans, Marty Lynn Bryant. Marty Lynn
So it'll be a 3rd and goal at the 10-yard line. We've seen both teams now drive down and get pushed back. For MTSU, it was penalty and then a busted run play. For WKU, it's a big loss as they tried to sweep it out to Parrish.
Huge loss.
Do they go back to Henry here? Already 1 touchdown in the game to go with 135 yards.
And they're going man-to-man, so they like to run these crossing routes. You got 3-by-1. You got to get somebody going across the field.
They do exactly that. It's KD Hutchinson, spins around a defender, dives. He's just short.
You got to go for that.
He's marked at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, you definitely got to go. That was a great combination right there with WKU, but going to 3-by-1. But when you crossing, you get automatic pick routes on that, and Tisdale saw that coming. They had KD Hutchinson going underneath. We used to call that the shallow cross, or like when we're in the West Coast offense concept. When you go under the bridge, you're going to Oakland. If you're going on the top of the bridge, you're going to San Francisco. So that was called Oakland.
4th and goal from the 1. Pistol formation right behind his quarterback, Tisdale. Brings a man in motion. It's Henry. Fakes the handoff, throws it underneath. Wide open, touchdown. It's Noah Myers again.
Yeah, great design. You call that on the outside. You fake the block on us, call it necky boot right. And then Noah was making sure he was blocking and get him on the outside. It's natural in the flat, touchdown tops.
They had Jackson West out there to lead the way for him. You think this team is happy to have Noah Myers back at tight end?
Oh, yeah, they love, you know what? Because why do we call him Noah Myers? Because he's always what?
Open. That time as open as one can be as the extra point is booted through, make it 35-26. The PAT a big one to make it a 2-possession game as WKU drives down and finds their response with the 3rd passing touchdown of the game for Rodney Tisdale. He's up to 371 yards through the air, and the Hilltoppers are up to a 35-26 lead. MTSU had WKU facing a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. The Hilltoppers go back to Noah Myers the 2nd time they've gone to him on the goal line.
Wow.
As he scores it in for his 3rd touchdown of the season. The Hilltoppers now lead at 35-26. The Blue Raiders led by what has been an incredible performance in his first start by Roman Gagliano. 347 yards through the air, 113 on the ground. But they're going to need more than just him, Terry. They're going to need a score, and then they're going to need a stop with 5:45 left to go.
Yeah, Gagliano, he's had an impressive night. I mean, coming off the bench like that, that is something special tonight.
Well, the Blue Raiders will take over at their own 25-yard line. We'll find out what exactly this redshirt freshman and all of these new players around him have in store. Can the Blue Raiders again respond? We'll find out together. WKU clinching a CUSA volleyball regular season championship today. They've got the alumni sprinkled into the band as they celebrate Senior Day, 100 years of the Big Red Marching Band. It's been a big day of celebration, but one man leading one team trying to play spoiler, Roman Gagliano. I don't think we could say enough good things, Terry, about the job that he's done tonight in his first start.
Unbelievable. 22 for 33, 347 yards. I mean, 2 touchdowns. And he's running the football. I mean, he is leading the team with 12 carries, 142 yards rushing, 9.4 yards a carry. He is carrying his team on his back.
He's got 3 wide receivers to his right here as he pumps. Now he tucks it. He's going to hold on to it, try to make something happen up to the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on first down. And this is the point where the clock certainly becomes a factor. The urgency got to kick in. Not a problem, Terry, for 2 teams that really want to play fast anyway.
And they try to play really fast, too, though. I mean, he got 5 yards, definitely positive yards, but at the same time, you don't want to take those unnecessary hits.
This is a designed quarterback run. He takes another hit to the leg. Doesn't matter. He's got the first down across the 35. Two redshirt freshmen at quarterback dueling it out. Gagliano nearing 350 yards through the air. Gets the snap on the second clap.
Yeah, he's going to eventually take a chance.
Tries to connect with Miles Butler again. He's been the star outside, 7 catches for 105 yards and a score, but that one nowhere near complete. I think that just a fancy throwaway.
Yeah, and I was surprised at Hayward, and it was at Hayward. He didn't look for the football because I thought that was Herard. He had an opportunity to pick that ball up. He would have turned his head around.
2nd and 10. Again, no Jaquel Middlebrook, the star running back. Obviously, no Nick Vattiato, the starting quarterback, and missing their top receiver, Najee Cox, as well.
And they got to get the ball in Jones's hands if they can. Get into their big play guy.
Looking downfield. Off the mark, was trying to hit Cameron Lacey. We highlighted him coming into the game. Only a couple catches, but for 76 yards at a 68-yarder earlier in the ball game.
And we call that inside route. The Lacey guy, Lacey was running the inside sail while the outside guy runs deep. So you got the guy going deep in the water, and then here you come the receiver underneath running a sail over that.
Another injury on the offensive line for MTSU as after that play, Big Ellis Adams came off the field. Zach Clayton, the sophomore from Georgia, takes his spot.
Can MTSU continue to do this? They've been so consistent on third down. They need this at a big time. 3rd and 10, they need to get this done if they want to stay in this football game.
6 for 12 in the ball game on 3rd downs.
Here come the blitz. Here come pressure.
Gets it out quickly. It's dropped and nearly picked off. Tried to go quickly to the tight end Galloway, and it nearly turned into a pick for Harrod.
And you know, Harrod has got to look for the football.
Yeah.
There's 2 opportunities that he could have made a pick. I mean, because it was right there. I mean, you can focus on the player, but look for the play the football. Run through the football, you can score.
Punting unit comes out with Ashton Logan.
And
we mentioned the fakes a couple of times. He's only punted a couple times tonight, but both of them have pinned WKU inside the 20.
Oh, what a boom. That's a great punt there.
This one drilled again.
Wow.
Will it check up and spins into the end zone? A good job that time by Katie Hutchinson playing defense.
Man, that was a good punt, though.
It was. There was one player down there to try and field it. That was Jordan Chestnut, and Hutchinson came up and hit him to make sure that nobody would have a chance at it.
You know, that looks like my 8-iron running off the green. Running in the end zone. But that was landed on the green, but didn't have enough spin to get off.
It's actually Mack that was back there making the block for WKU. It was a key play. I don't envy your backspin on your wedges.
Oh, yeah, that would look like one of my wedges. My last name is Obi for out of bounds sometimes.
Well, we'll see what WKU does here. 4:33 to go. An offense that wants to play fast here, you presume, want to chew some clock.
But they're forcing you to throw the football, because they're right on the line of scrimmage. Ooh.
Run will go for a couple before a horde of Blue Raiders come in there. Malaki Donaldson was the first one there, the redshirt junior that transferred in after a year at JUCO, originally spent 2 years at Oregon State. Holds that to a gain of 2.
And that's when you put your power back in, number 9, Hart, to see something. But this defensive line for MTSU's got to be able to make some plays. They got to do some penetration without bringing the safety blitzes, because they're sitting back. Eventually, they're going to have to get aggressive because it's too late in the game to do that.
And WKU has the one-on-one up top if they choose to take it. Hutchinson comes into motion. Going to keep it on the ground again. Hart shuffles, speeds forward, lays on top of the body of the defender. They're going to mark him down short of the 30. Looked like he rolled over and got it, but instead it's going to be 3rd and about half a yard.
Oh, wow. I mean, he was there pretty close, though. I think MTSU needs to call a timeout.
They will take one with 3:31 left in the ball game. Their first timeout. WKU will just need about half a yard here. We'll see if for the first time they do opt to sneak it with Tisdale, or Terry, if they'll go back to that Wildcat formation that we've seen between the running backs, either Parrish or Wright, they'll line them up and do that direct snap.
Yeah, I mean, right now, we call it 100 miles of hate. No, this is a half a yard of hate. This is the game right now. I mean, this is really pivotal right here.
The strength of MTSU lies with that defensive front, led by DeMonte Smith, the highest graded defensive tackle in Conference USA, came in tied for 3rd in the league for tackles for loss.
Just the one thing you don't want to do with this MTSU front, but they got a couple of guys missing, is you don't want to run in between the tackles.
Yeah.
You want to try to get outside if you can.
Missing his mate there in the middle of the defense in Shakai Woods, who has been excellent as well. 43 tackles, a ridiculous number for a defensive tackle. They're going to bunch that D-line together here on 3rd and 1. Tisdale trying to get him to jump. Now Henry comes into motion. Tisdale going to keep it himself. Gets the surge from behind as Hart comes in to push.
Push.
And it moves the change to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was great by Hart pushing him over there, because Tisdale looked like he was in uncharted waters. He's got to get a little lower than that.
MTSU going to hold on to those 2 timeouts for now with 3:10 and ticking left in the ball game. We mentioned time of possession earlier. WKU, they've pulled that edge out to 7 minutes. Make it all 3 games with Tisdale at quarterback. They've gone over 30 minutes.
Yeah, run the timeout, but also, too, if they're gonna force you to throw the football and stack everybody in the box, you might have to.
Got to keep it on the ground again, going left. Hart breaks through.
Stay in bounds.
Across midfield, down near the 45-yard line, George Hart had only had a couple carries in this game before taking over on this drive. And, Terry, that's exactly what he's done, take over.
Yeah, George Hart is doing a good job, man. But that left side, man, we're giving them a lot of love. We call them the big uglies down there, the 53 Marshall Jackson, Lawrence Seymour. Open up the ways, open up an opportunity to the little Corvette to squeeze through there.
Hart now with 5 carries for 46 yards. That one goes for 25.
Now these safeties they're forcing you to throw the football because they're really tight right now, and they're in man-to-man coverage.
They keep going with that motion from Hutchinson before plays. Lavelle Wright driving forward this time.
And also your core, he is awesome. Dominique, who's out there? They are really making some plays, and I'm really impressed with the linebacker Parker Hughes, man. The guy that you called earlier, he's in every play.
He is. He's up to 12 tackles now for the game, but MTSU is going to have to find a stop. It's 2nd and 4 in Blue Raider territory as we've hit the 2-minute timeout. WKU leading it by 9. .158 left to go. WKU leading 35-26 over MTSU, looking to move to 6-1 in Conference USA play as the 2 unbeatens at the top of the conference will meet here. Just around 45 minutes, they'll get that thing underway. From Jacksonville, Alabama, what a year it's been for Kennesaw State. The most wins over what they were projected over any team in the country.
Yeah, they've been incredible, but there's a lot of talent in the Atlanta area. It's just a matter of time.
1 wide receiver each way. WKU milking the clock on this drive as they've just been running it right at MTSU. They'll do it again with Wright. He breaks through inside the 20. 15, 10, 5. Wright goes left and in for 6.
On the left side, you know what, Wright, I got a chance to talk. We talked to him earlier in the week. He said, hey, man, my mom said, you called me a minivan. Could you call me a big truck, a Mack truck, right? I guess he decided, hey, Mom, he looked like speed right there. What you want him to be?
His long run of the year had only been 24 yards. That one goes for 37, and his 7th touchdown of the season, up amongst the best in Conference USA. And that might just be the goodnight kiss on this ball game.
Yeah, he's been going right all day, but he went left that time.
You mentioned the left side of that line,
left side of the
too.
offensive line has been very aggressive in dominating this fourth quarter.
Jackson and Seymour, the strength of that line, and they'll tell you exactly that. And that really an untraditional run for righties, used to finding that contact and barreling through it, and he had such a hole that it was finally really his first chance of the season to show off the Jets.
Man, he was gone. I mean, maybe we both could have ran through that, maybe.
Well, one of us could, and I lean towards it not being the one saying that.
You know, me either. I don't think I used to run 4-4. Now I run forever.
Well, with the way that hole was, you could run forever and get away with it.
Oh my goodness, that was something special right there. That offensive line has been impressive. You got to give them love when they do that double team block. You know what double team means. You know, when you double team the defensive lineman and you go up to the linebackers, and they communicated very well to the next level, and that made a huge difference.
WKU would not run for 200 yards in a game this season. They've got 272 as a team now, right with 82 yards on the ground, just short of his season high that he had against Missouri State when he was Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week. As now we've got a scrum after the kickoff. Second time we've seen that happen, and thankfully, just as the first one, it de-escalates pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, again, Lavelle Wright, he made me he said, man, I'm not a minivan. Okay, I'm going to call him Lamborghini then. That was a great run, great speed getting to the end zone.
MTSU going to need some speed here, just a couple timeouts. You need to score, and you need to score quick. It is a two-score game technically. Missed a two-point conversion earlier, really looming large now, 42-26, as Gagliano and that offense comes back out on the field.
And this defense is, you kind of know they have to pass, but doesn't take anything from Gagliano, though. I mean, he had a great game tonight.
Looking downfield, now drops it off underneath, and it's caught. Again, they work it to the freshman. What a game Collins has had. Had the big catch earlier for 28 yards.
Yes.
New career high for him in yardage.
Yeah, Collins is making things happen.
Work quickly to the line, 2nd and 4. Low snap, fielded well. Gagliano pressured. Nice job evading it, but a flag comes in. It's going to be a hold on that offensive line, missing two of their starters.
But it's kind of hard to sustain a block in open space.
Holding, number 71, offense,
like
10-yard penalty, second down.
He's been having a really good game. It was on number 71. He's been very consistent, but right now he just got caught with holding right there. Hey, I mean, he's been blocking great all night. Number 71, Ellis Adams, has been a really good threat, but sometimes to protect your quarterback, I mean, you maybe have to grab here and there.
Yeah. Adams, who had come out with injury earlier, nice to see him back in the game for the Blue Raiders after losing their left guard, Van Rensburg, earlier. 2nd and 14 across the middle, juggling catch, unable to hold on.
Man.
They try to go back to Lacey down the seam, and if that one was on target, it might have been 6.
Yeah, Lacey, he got down the seam. We call that the seam route. And there was no one there. He catches that.
That's one that probably needs to be floated up and let him run under it.
Yeah, I think so. You're right about that.
But those are the things you work on as a redshirt freshman. We've talked about the same thing with Tisdale on the other side. And what about the future for those two?
Really. And they got Ward out here. I mean, Ward is 101, and number 6 Jones. And they're going to try to get him the ball. I'm surprised they don't.
Instead, it's dropped off underneath. It's going to be a chance for a first down. What a job breaking it loose.
There you go to the underneath to those running backs.
I couldn't believe that nobody could get there to Ricky Hunt. It almost seemed like, and I couldn't tell at first. We'll see it here if it was a design screenplay or if it just worked out that way for Hunt as he was all alone underneath. But a good job, whether or not it was designed or not. You saw Tipton, the tight end there, leading the way. A great job of getting downfield and blocking to set up a first down play. They needed 14 yards there, and Hunt gets 24.
Yeah, and when those prevent defenses like that, they let you catch the ball underneath so they can run the clock out. So that was a great job by MTSU getting that out there.
Gagliano on the move, nearly picked off. Dropping back in coverage was Herrod.
Man, Herrod got a few things for the football, man. You got to get you on the jug. Look to pick the ball off because you're right there. You're right. Use your hands. Run to the football.
And it might have actually been tipped by Holloway. Tough to tell. Good to see for WKU. Holloman back out there on the field, might have got a hand on that one. It would have been his 5th deflection of the season, leads WKU anyway.
Yeah, deflections, we need interceptions. You're in the right place, just got to use your hands to finish the play.
1:01 left to go. Gagliano looking left, now flush to his right, being chased from behind, evades the tackle and gets out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Brackenridge couldn't quite catch up.
Yeah, great effort. Couldn't happen on that time. That was unbelievable. Good chasing on that.
It was actually Dominic Oliver that nearly caught up to him. I was surprised because if it was Brackenridge, I think he probably would have.
Yeah, with all that speed. And see what's going to happen and what they're going to do with 3rd down and 6. This is 2 downs for MTSU anyway, so they got to go for it.
Gagliano now 23 yards short of 400 passing yards in his first start as a Blue Raider.
And now you got more 4-down linemen. That's great.
Fires it outside on the out route. It's caught. Looks like it'll be short of the sticks anyways to Galloway. It is 49-yard line. They'll mark it in WKU territory, so need 4 yards here on 4th down. They were on the exact same page that you were, Terry. Just get a little chunk there to make this 4th down more manageable.
I mean, that was a great tackle by Ali. You're going against such a big tight end to make that tackle without him getting extra yards.
Down inside, 30 seconds left. Quick slant.
Oh,
drop.
Wow, that's it. You got to help your quarterback on that.
Ja Eugene Jr. got a hand in there to help break it up as well. Went back to the fountain that so many times had delivered in Miles Butler, but that time broken up by Eugene, and that will bring this game to a close as WKU will move to 6-1 in Conference USA play and make it 7 straight wins over MTSU under head coach Tyson Helton. What a play by Eugene.
Eugene made a great play, but you got to catch that ball with your hands. I mean, that's desperate time. You got to catch that ball, grab it with your hands, and if you make a difference, you make catches all night. Number 5, Miles Butler's been making plays. That play he really needed to do.
It won't show it in the scorebook, but felt like another 1-possession loss for MTSU. They played this game much closer than the 16-point margin up on the scoreboard. In this ball game, we get over 1,200 yards of offense between the two teams. Felt like a mid-2010s meeting between WKU and MTSU, but it's the Hilltoppers who prevail 42-26, and a great job, Terry, despite all the emotions of a rivalry, senior day. We've seen everything with 100 years of the marching band, so much going on to throw things off of a usual routine. WKU takes care of business to stay in the CUSA title hunt.
Yeah, and right now we call it 100 miles of hate, but look at all this love. There's 100 miles of love, shaking hands, giving hugs. Hey, coach, man, hey, man, great job. And I like this. I mean, we're going to have to name the end of the game 100 miles of love.
Roman Gagliano finishes 25 for 42, 379 yards through the air, 128 on the ground, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in his first start as a Blue Raider. That will not be his last collegiate start.
Yeah, they need to keep him out there. He's been making plays, but all this is going on. I mean, fantastic job by both quarterbacks tonight, Tyler. I mean, these offenses just 600 yards. I mean, we're in for a show tonight, a track meet.
Miles Butler, 105 yards receiving for MTSU. Also ties a season high with 7 catches. Had a touchdown, a 52-yarder. A.J. Jones with a touchdown catch as well, and a touchdown run for D.J. Taylor. 55 yards on the ground and just 6 carries, filling in for their normal starter in Jaquel Middlebrook. On the other side for WKU, Rodney Tisdale Jr., 29 for 41, 371 yards, 3 more touchdowns through the air. Did have an interception on a drop pass, or might have ended up with 4 touchdowns. A couple on the ground for Lavelle Wright, 102 rushing yards, a career high for the freshman Marvis Parrish. And Matthew Henry, 7 catches for 135 yards and a score, and 2 wide open touchdowns for the tight end Noah Myers. As usual, Terry, they got everybody involved.
Everybody, look at that pass down. Good, great catch by number 0, Henry, King Henry. Say, hey, you know what? Y'all come join for the feast. They're making plays all nice, but Caglion, and great pass. He throws underneath to Butler to the house. There were so many fantastic plays tonight, but WKU got the edge, 42-26.
WKU goes on the road to Death Valley next, and Baton Rouge next week at LSU. MTSU back home in Murfreesboro to face off against Sam Houston. Hilltoppers now 8-2 overall in the year, 6-1 in CUSA. MTSU falls to 1-9 overall, 0-6 in conference play. For my partner Terry Obie, I'm Tyler Eaton. A big thank you to our entire ESPN Plus crew. This has been Conference USA Football on ESPN Plus.